Welcome to TTBoy TV. We are here with, I always thought one of the nicest guys in the business. He was around my time as an actor and maybe longer. I don't know. Let's find out more about him. Please welcome Frank Towers.
Hey there, TT.
Thanks for coming.
Well, hey, thanks for having me. You know, I was like, wow, okay, I didn't know you had your own show. And I'm like, is this shot in like Hollywood or whatever? You know, it's like, this is great. It's good to see you.
Nice to see you. Shot in a secret location.
Yes. I love it.
Anyways, how have you been?
Oh, it's been up and down. No pun intended, you know. It's been a rough few years, but I'll start with getting into it, you know.
Yeah. So right now it's a little rough?
Yeah, it's really been tough.
Oh, yeah?
My father passed with malpractice from a surgeon.
Oh, my God.
And no lawyer would take the case, so I did it myself. 3 years of hell, and wound up going through my IRA of $27,000 and being in debt. But my dad would have done it for me. I didn't know the legal system was so if you don't have a lawyer, it's just like they just really just run right over you, you know. But I had all the proof in the world, but I couldn't even get a trial.
Wow, really?
Yeah, they do demurs and motions to strike you, and you know, you have to send with, certified mail back, and it nickels and dimes you. In 3 years, it just, 2 different lawsuits. I had to do one against the hospital and then one against the doctor. So it was tough.
So nothing came out of it.
At least I fought for him. He was a good guy. He was my best friend, my dad. But at least I learned a lot as far as law and stuff. But
wow. How old was he?
He was 80. He had a pacemaker put in, and in about a little over 3 months, he had to have emergency surgery and took it out. It got infected with MRSA and sepsis.
Oh my God!
You know, you get a pacemaker to live, you know, longer, like 10 years longer or whatever, 15 years. It got infected, and the doctor left a piece of the infected metal inside my dad, sewed him up, and sent him on his way. And my dad got sicker and sicker. Within a year, he passed.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
MRSA is a scary monster.
Oh, it is. Oh. It is, yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thanks.
Sorry, man. You know,
he was a fireman.
Oh, yeah? Well,
retired.
He's a hero.
Yeah, he was. He was in the Navy and
wow, really?
Air Force.
Out for the country, huh? Navy and Air Force.
Yeah, he went in the Air Force in the Cuba crisis, early Vietnam, after the Navy.
Oh.
Yeah, and then he got into the fire department in 65 for LA County.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, sound like a good guy.
Yeah, he was cool.
What do you think about you doing porno?
Well, you know, it's funny because some rumor got around that my dad was a minister or something, or, you know, I don't know how that happened. I was raised Baptist, but somehow in the industry it got around that, in fact, Debbie Diamond used to call me her little Baptist boy.
Really?
Yeah, it was classic. She intimidated me too. I mean,
I bet you did.
Whoa! I think I had sex with maybe 2 or 3 women before the industry, right?
Whoa, really?
Yeah, not much, right? I lost my virginity to, I was a punk rocker in the early 80s. And
really?
Yeah, I dated a punk rock gal. And,
how old are you?
I'm like your age, 52.
Okay. Yeah. 68?
Yeah, 68.
All right.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Libra. So, but yeah, I was in a punk rock. You wouldn't imagine it, right? You know,
I mean, those punk rock chicks back in the 80s were sexy. I loved a lot of them. I loved all the girls, but those punk rockers had a little bit of personality.
They did. They were interesting, you know, like
Mohawks and all the crazy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, what was that one movie called Pretty in Pink, right? Remember the gal that worked at the record store? She was just totally cool.
Well, Molly Ringwald was, I wanted to fuck her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're the same age. Molly, I think she's born in 60.
I love redheads. They always have those fat pussies.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you. Hey, so, yeah, it was just, I got in the industry in late 92. And actually, I got in Upland. I was working at Long's Drugs for $5 an hour, right? And I would go still. We had moved to Temecula
In Upland. So in
Upland.
92.
Yeah,
92. Because Upland is near
right near Claremont, Pomona. That's where I grew
Rialto
up.
and
Well, it's a little closer to. It's like the last. Well, actually, it's the first San Bernardino County city. Claremont is the last one in Pomona, and that's where I grew up. But it's right next door.
okay.
So we moved to Temecula back in like 89, 90. So I still had all my friends up there in Claremont and Pomona. So I'd come back up, when I was off work from Long's Drugs, $5 an hour between taxes taken out, you're making $33 a day. Hey, so, I'm kind of looking for something, I'm like 22 or 23.
And you only had 2 girls at this point?
Probably three. Yeah. Yeah. And that's something. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, by the time I was, just.
yeah, no, go ahead. Tell me.
I talk too much about myself, so it's all you.
So I'm kind of, I stop by, see my friends, in Claremont. I got some friends, and then there's Tropical Lay, right around Foothill Boulevard. I'd pass that. I went in one day.
Tropical Lay, Foothill.
Dancers, yeah.
This is in Upland.
In Upland, yeah, it's right at Foothill and like Monte Vista.
Because I used to go to the club in 88 over there in the
Riverside Metro?
Metro Club.
Oh, yeah. I went there a couple of times. That was a cool place.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that was really a fun place. So I'd go there. I finally got the courage. In fact, this is how shy I was, TT. I parked at the restaurant like next door, and I'd park and walk over kind of in the shrubbery. So nobody, I didn't want to see, anybody's, oh, hey, there he is. He's going in that place. I knew it. Somebody yelling from the street, they honk, back in the day.
Tropical Lay is a strip club.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they had, they sold porn and stuff, VHS stuff.
I remember that name.
Yeah. It's kind of like on the side, kind of like an adult bookshop.
Kind of like a deja vu.
Yeah,
Deja
totally.
vus.
Yeah. So I'm parking the car, in the restaurant right next door there, used to be a restaurant there, and there was a Easy Out Burger too over there, or Instant Burger. And so I'm kind of going, because people would honk, back in the day, see some guy going, oh, look, hey, you know how people are. So anyway, I met a gal, not Alana Evans, but a gal named Alana. And Tony Tedeschi's, I think, Tina used to work there as a stripper. Right. And I knew her before the industry, but this Alana, Alexis Duvall, I could have got in a year earlier, but I was too shy. She gave me her number and stuff, and I went, oh yeah, I'd like to do that. And I sent her pictures. And
this is because you were at the Tropical Lay and you met her at Tropical Lay?
Yeah, I met her at Tropical Lay. But this gal named Alana, she was like in her 40s then, and I'm this young guy. She goes,
I want to let everybody know, how tall are you, Frank?
In stocking feet or in shoes? 6'2" and a quarter inch in stocking feet.
Oh, okay. So you seem taller. You seem like a pretty big dude. You seem like 6'4" to me.
Yeah, but in those boots, so probably.
Pretty much 6'3".
6'3", yeah.
All right, so,
yeah.
And how much you weigh?
About 243, 244.
43, okay, because you look pretty big. You always look kind of big.
Yeah.
Look like almost on the size of a giant, but you got pretty wide shoulders. You're a pretty big dude.
I played defensive end in high school.
Oh, yeah?
Football. Yeah.
Okay, how much were you weighing then?
Not this, maybe 201.
Okay.
Yeah. I got to have that 1 pound, Yeah. I used to laugh.
Well, you're a big, strong guy.
Yeah.
And you're young, so the girls, back then, 6 foot, pretty much 3, you're saying.
Yeah.
You're bigger than a lot of people. People got taller over the last few
I've noticed that
decades,
too. Isn't that weird?
Strange, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
taller,
it's like, what are they doing here?
So 6'3" is not the biggest deal today, but back in your time, 6'3" is pretty tall.
Yes,
right?
and I don't know if I'm shrinking or something, but
people are getting taller.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you're a big, striking lad, right? And so the girls had to be fairly interested. Yes or no?
Yeah, well, I love blondes. And she was a blonde with big boobs, and she was like in her 40s, and she had done a Hustler cover in 1976.
Oh.
Yeah, which I just heard Larry Flint passed away yesterday. That's when I heard about it.
Yeah, he passed. Yeah.
That's too bad.
Well, he had threatened Jim South.
Oh, he did. I didn't know
in
that.
a terrible way. So, he was an incredible businessman. I give him that much, and
Kind of ruthless as far as.
I mean,
Yeah.
you don't do what, it's a fact, you know what I mean? But anyways, let's move on.
Yeah. First time I met Jim South. Come on in, young man. That's classic.
Jim South's the best there ever was.
He was. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but let's get back to you.
Okay.
So you're in the Tropical Lake, you meet this girl, and what happens?
So she goes, have you ever thought about doing porn? I says, well, sure. What? Since I was 16, what guy hasn't thought?
Were you an avid porn watcher? Yeah.
I was a fan like you.
Yeah.
I was a fan. Before.
When did you start watching porn?
Oh, well, my parents went out of town over the Easter weekend one time when I was like 17.
Oh.
And there was a Video Plus store right next to the grocery store in walking distance from our house. So the first movie I rented was Blonde on the Run and Ron Jeremy was in it, of course. I just like, wow, there is a chick in there and she's a little older. Shorter blonde hair, and I'm like, man. And so I'm like, wow. So Alana's writing down the number of Michael Dance at Western Visuals.
Wow.
She goes, call this guy.
What year is this?
92?
92.
Okay.
All right. Michael Dance, huh?
Yeah, he was working at Western Visuals. So we had pagers back then.
Ironically, the owner of Western Visuals got me in the business.
No way.
The mob guy,
Oh, yeah.
Elliot Siegel.
Yeah.
So anyways, but this is about you.
Yeah.
But ironically.
That's wild. Yeah. That's wild. And we'll get to that
So
later.
I used to work for Western Visuals for a discounted rate all the time. But anyways,
Well, hey.
of course I owed him, you know what I mean? And he was a cool guy. I liked him.
Yeah.
He's still alive. But go ahead.
Gary Graver. And
Gary Graver.
Yeah. She writes down the number of Michael Dance. So we had pagers and I paged him.
And let's tell everybody, Michael Dance was kind of a producer sometimes for Western Visuals.
Yes.
Not a director, but a producer.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I called him and I left a message. It was on a Friday night and he returned my call on a Monday.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he is. And he says, basically any friend of Alana is a friend of mine. Come on in. We're over there by the Budweiser.
Was she in porno at this point in time, or she just did a Hustler magazine, or she did porno?
She had done porno.
Okay.
In fact, it's not Alana Evans, but like.
Just Alana.
Her name was Alana.
Okay.
And so she got me in the business, and I dared myself to drive out to there on Stagg Street,
Of course. Off the
405.
405.
Yeah.
Right. Of course. That's where I went. My first,
Is that crazy?
to meet Elliot Siegel in 1989. That's crazy.
Is that wild?
Yeah.
This is like
That's a little bit of bond. in there.
uncanny. Yeah.
Little mutual bond. So, yeah, of course I remember,
I'd never been out to the Valley before because, Pasadena was our LA. That's as far as we'd go,
But I'm going to let you know this too. Since you're in Upland, I was one step farther, or maybe two stops farther in Victorville.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
So I was even similar.
Yes.
When I drove to the Valley, it was even more
Yeah, you were like, what
different.
the-
You know what I mean?
yeah,
No, but
this
I've been in LA, but not like that. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways. So I understand what you're saying.
I don't know about you if you were totally shy, but I was really shy.
I was very shy.
Yeah.
Very, very modest. Hard to believe.
Yeah. Well, we sure got over our shyness. See, it's been healthy for us,
Oh, it's beautiful. So what happened?
So I dared myself to drive out there. He says, come on out. And I'm driving out there.
Tell me how the conversation went exactly, because people might want to know. This is a time, the videos are just starting to move a little faster in 92 compared to in the 80s. So 92, I know, because I'm already working a lot, right? But so she says, call Michael Dance. You call Michael Dance. You say, anybody's a friend of mine. He says, come on down.
He called me back because I think I had paged him, left a message.
Monday he calls you back.
And Monday he called me back. He goes, I go, hey, my name's, my name's.
You say your name. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What's your real name?
Doug.
Doug. Okay.
But anyway, I just said, I met this gal named Alana, and she gave me, your your phone number and I'd like to meet you. He goes, you know what we do, right? I remember he said that on the phone. I go, yeah. He goes, okay, well, come on down. Can you come in like tomorrow in the afternoon? You know, so I came in there and I'm driving. I've never been on the 405 or the 110, you know.
Oh, you took the 10.
I took the 210.
210, right.
Yeah.
I took the 210, right.
Yeah.
210 to the 134 or to the 118, whatever, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And then Stagg Street, you know, there. Yeah. And we're right by the big Budweiser sign. You can't miss it. It's right off the freeway there on the right-hand side.
Roscoe in the 405.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. Roscoe, yeah.
Because I was living in Panorama City with all the gangbangers in 89 off of Roscoe and Willis, which was next to Blythe Street. But so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Which was right around the corner from Western Visuals.
Exactly.
Who, by the way, Western Visuals are the original makers of blacks and blondes.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Wow.
Just, you know, because people steal titles all the time, but Western Visuals made blacks and blondes.
Oh, wow.
And I used to take them out of the warehouse because we were cool. They would give them to me, but it was the black girls, and it didn't really go with what they said. It just had black girls in it or whatever, you know, it's just more of a free-for-all, but I would be like, oh my God, these girls are so beautiful. Anyways, so go ahead.
You're going to love this then.
Okay.
The first gal I worked with was Toy.
Toy, she was cool.
Yeah.
She was nice. She was pretty. Yeah, she had a pretty face.
Yeah.
If I remember right, you know, big tits, right?
Huge, yeah. Just, oh man, totally cool.
So you go see Michael dance, right?
Yeah, take some pictures.
Take some pictures of you naked.
Yeah, I took a magazine in the...
Got hard?
Yeah. And he goes, can you get hard for me? I go, well, I'll try.
You know,
Can I go to the bathroom for a sec with some, you know, magazines?
Let's keep this in mind because...
No Viagra.
Yeah, and there's no Viagra, but you're a shy guy.
Yes.
Right? So here's a guy taking a picture of you.
Yeah. Polaroids.
And you got to get your dick... Polaroids back then. You got to get your dick hard in front of a guy or go in a room, get your dick hard. And that is just such a weird thing, especially the mentality back in those days. We're a lot less evolved as far as, I wouldn't even say sexual freedom, but just everybody seeing so much porno because porno's everywhere. Back then, porno's not everywhere. You have to find it.
Right.
So I know because I was there taking my clothes off, not at Western Visuals, but at World Modeling. But you get like, well, this is a crazy feeling because that's not my style. I don't want to take my clothes off in front of a guy.
No, I hear you.
How'd you feel?
I wanted to go to the bathroom with some magazines. A little like, whoa, okay, well. And then I came out and he took some Polaroids. I think he looked like 4 Polaroids. 4 Polaroids he took. And then he says, okay, great. So I'm going to give you some numbers. You might want to check out Reb or Jim South, right? As far as agents. So, you know, I thought, wow, okay. So Michael Dance turned me on to both of them. And I went to Reb's first and he signed me up. Reb and Jerry down there off of Santa Monica Boulevard.
Jerry's his wife.
Yeah, Jerry.
And Reb died just last year.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And Jim died too.
Yeah, I knew Jim passed. I'm sorry.
Reb died a little before Jim, but Jim's death is terrible. But, you know, let's keep moving forward, yeah. Yeah,
so I go in there, and it's off of Santa Monica Boulevard there, you know, right by Beverly Hills, you know, right by Wilshire. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of hard to find parking. And so this was getting late in the afternoon, you know, because I had just seen Michael dance.
But he didn't offer you a job.
Not yet.
He said, go to an agent. Mm-hmm. Did you get your dick real hard?
They took pictures too. And once again, I went and I says, could I go in the bathroom with magazines? And they took pictures, signed me up.
But did you get your dick real hard for Michael Dance?
It was decent, you know.
So not real hard.
It was good. I mean, not not like you, but I mean, you know, for being.
Well, you know, I mean, it's not a comfortable.
It was
first time. No, I mean, I understand.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean,
And you didn't have that, like, you know, the insurance policy with Viagra or whatever. That's what Spinelli used to call it.
No, but I mean, just the pressure, being so kind of naive and modest.
Been with only 3 gals.
Yeah, I mean, I had been with 100 and some girls by the time I showed up. Yeah, because I love the girls, and I was buff and had fast Porsche and tan and, you know, whatever. Yeah. And I was chasing that I could make the girls laugh. So I was fucking a lot of girls. Yeah. I had my own house, had everything going on. But, you know, I still understand going to somebody and being like, what the fuck, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, you know what I mean? But
exactly.
But he didn't hire you on the spot. He just says, here's these agents. Okay, so.
It gets pretty interesting.
Yeah, go, please.
So I hit traffic on the way home after I signed up there with Reb.
So you got to go in the bathroom, get your dick hard again, right? Same day, or this is another day?
Same day.
Same day.
Yeah, that's later in the afternoon.
That's
and you know how traffic is going back to Temecula. It's a 2-hour drive without traffic. Mm-hmm. So I'm driving home, and by the time I get home to Temecula, my mom says, this guy named Cal Jammer called.
Cal Jammer?
Yeah, Cal Jammer called my mom. And you know what? My mom says, he said that I had a nice voice, and I told him I used to be a police dispatcher. My mom used to be a police dispatcher. Can you imagine Cal on the phone? Oh, you have a nice voice. My mom.
But I always thought Cal was hell of a nice guy.
He was nice and always energetic, always fun.
Nice, positive, nice.
Very positive.
Nice.
Yeah. So
nice
I called him back the next day and, on the phone. And he goes, hey, I might have some work for you. You know, you still buff, tan? You working out? You know how Cal was. You know, yeah.
Let me guess. He's working for Video Exclusives.
He was working. Yeah. Michael Dance had talked to him that afternoon and gave him my phone number.
But he's working for Video Exclusives?
At the time?
Cal Jammer.
I don't know if he was, but this would have been back in 92, but he was already popular. Like you guys had become established by then.
Oh, I mean, Cal was a hell of a nice guy, but Cal was never established.
Yeah.
God bless him. I mean, he died, he committed suicide, but I'm not going to take anything away from him. He just never was really established. Just the way it was, you know what I mean?
Yeah. He was working a lot. But as far as I guess I used the wrong word on that.
But he was
working, and I knew who he was.
Nice guy.
When my mom told me that, I'm just like, wow, Cal Jammer called my house.
So you had heard of him already?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I'm a fan. Of movies, and I used to, there's Cal, because I worked at the video store. I worked at that video store in 90 and 91.
Okay, you didn't tell me yet, but you said a little bit of it.
Temecula, so that we'll get back to that one.
Cal Jammer calls you, and what happens?
He talked to my mom. I called him back. He says, yeah, you're still buff. You still working out and stuff. I says, yeah, I get introduced to him and
on the phone.
Yeah, on the phone. And then but before I worked for him, Reb shot me in a movie with Toy. And
so that is your first scene with Toy.
Yeah, that was my first scene.
So Cal calls you up, and then you guys say you'll meet up or something?
Yeah.
And then what happens? Reb calls you? What happens exactly?
Yeah, Reb called me after Cal, but Reb used me first. He says, hey, we'd like to try you out. Would you be willing? This is like a week later. It was right before Chris.
I want to let everybody know that Reb owned
PGI,
the competing agency against World Modeling called Pretty Girl International.
Yeah.
And he was not that competitive because Jim was so strong. Yeah. But he still was a competing agent. And there was only 2 agents
there was
in that
only
time. 2 agents.
Before Lucky, before any of the,
Mm-hmm. I mean, Lucky just had a couple girls, so that's not really an agent in my opinion. No. But Reb had some girls. He had Amber Lynn, Buck Adams. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
So he has some interesting people. But go ahead. So
I'm nervous. So I drive back out there a week later, and,
So he says, come over, we got a job for you?
Yeah, we're gonna, would you like to try, to try this, And I said, sure. So I did it.
I mean, you're a big, strong guy, and that's good for camera. You know what I mean? And you got a big dick, right?
Yeah.
So fuck. I mean, you're like already in the slot. You know what I mean?
Toy made it really easy too.
Really?
She was really good looking. She was nice. She wasn't like, mean or anything. So it was easy. And she goes, "You'll do all right. You'll do all right," at the end of the scene.
So the scene, how'd it go?
I had a mustache too.
Oh yeah?
The porn stash.
Oh, that's cool.
No, it went good.
It was okay. It was easy.
Looking back, it was like, it was a, for being shy, I got through it, and we did like 3 positions, and
And you came?
Yep.
Easy?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the fun part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's great. So you did 3 positions and no problems. You had to stop and go, or you went through the whole scene?
We did it probably within an hour. Not too bad.
So you were good the whole time?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. She made it easy.
Yeah.
There's only one cameraman. I forget his name. But
all right.
he had a big beard. Worked for Rev a lot back then.
Yeah, I don't know that neighborhood. You know what I mean? I'm on the other side.
Right. You're on the other side. Exactly. Which we'll get to later where I come. Yeah.
So that's great. So you do your first scene. How much do they pay you?
$100.
$100?
Yeah.
Fuck it. I mean, it's exciting. Were you excited?
Oh yeah, totally. I'm like, yeah. In fact, yeah, this is I didn't have a name back then. So on that movie with Toy, I'm listed as Tommy Crude.
Oh, yeah?
So they just, let's put Tommy Crude.
That happened back in those days.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. And shortly after there, I was on the 10 freeway and I'm stuck in traffic. I always liked the name Frank, and then Towers because I'm tall. So that was discovered and just thinking about a name.
Oh, yeah? That's cool.
And LA traffic.
So that was your second, you told them this is my stage name, Frank Towers, on your second scene?
Yeah. I just, I didn't even know they had picked Tommy Crude because I didn't have a stage name back then, but they picked something.
Yeah. Yeah, when they're doing the box, sometimes they just write because a lot of people come and go in those days because it wasn't that easy to make
exactly.
it. Yeah, it was hard.
It was, and it was hard to break in unless you had a girlfriend or even then.
Yeah, you break in, and then if you don't do good and they don't like you, you don't get along, and word gets out.
It spreads like wildfire if you can't. Yeah,
you're done.
I used to.
Yeah, real. It was even harder when I got in. I got in '89. You know what I mean? But anyway, so...
Now, can I ask you, what was it like for your first scene?
Well, I mean, I said it before on the show. What happened was that I had met this beautiful black girl, on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Right? And my scene was on a Sunday. And this beautiful girl was just like, hey, what's up? I'm young, 21, what I mean? 20, 21. She's like 19, 20, whatever, same age, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And she says... I don't know what we did. We just went to my house. So I fucked her for like 7 or 8 hours straight.
Wow.
Right, or more till the sun came up.
Wow.
Right? Who knows how many times I came? I don't even know. I just remember that I fucked her till the sun came up.
Wow.
Because I was like, this girl's beautiful. Oh my God. Right. So I didn't think much of it because I could just fuck forever. But you don't know what porno is.
Right.
Right. I don't know what porno is. I watch it all the time.
Yeah.
But you don't know that you better be ready to work, and you better be fresh. You better not be up all night long fucking, you know what I mean? I wasn't taking drugs, but I had fucked for at least 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah.
So we get on the set, and there's a girl that's not my style. Older, MILF-looking girl. She was a really nice person, but not my style. And here we are in this fucking room, but only Jake Jacobs was the cameraman. Nice, he helped me get through it. But I mean, I got my dick hard easy, no problem. I had to fuck her in the ass, and it was a little room, and it was on a November day, but it was still hot as hell in that room because they used those big lights back then.
Oh yeah, the lights were crazy.
So I probably fucked this girl for 2 hours straight, and then I was having a hard time coming because I wasn't into the girl. A, B, it was anal, and I never came in front of all these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I finally came. Right? It was a little hard for me to come, but I came. And then I had a back-to-back scene in front of all these people. And that was rough.
Oh, wow.
I'm already, got 10 hours in of 11 hours of fucking, and here's the pressure. So the second scene back-to-back was the one that could have made or break me.
Right.
Make or break me, you know what I mean? And it almost broke me. But
wow.
But anyways, so that's how it went for me. But, I always say it, numerous times before, the mystique for me, and probably for a lot of people, but especially for me, of the porno back then, because this is in the 80s. I'm still there in the 80s. And you make it, there's not that much porno out there. You make it to a real porno set, right? And I was supposed to work with Ebony Eyes first, and then Raquel Darian's on the set.
Oh, my God.
But she was a newbie, you know what I mean?
Wow.
But Tom Byron's on the set,
Yeah.
right? So he's a star.
Did he have long hair even back then?
Oh, yeah, curly long hair. But
Okay.
I'm like, I made it to fucking porno.
Right.
So the mystique and the pressure, because, just like, oh, my God, I've been trying to make it there for 3 years.
Wow.
I finally made it. So
Wow.
that too is another added bonus of pressure on your head, right?
Sure.
But anyways, it was very mysterious for me back then, and it was like just a dream
Oh, yeah.
to make it. You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
get in there. Even though it wasn't a big set, Jim South gave me the chance, and I was on a real porno set, real deal, when it was something special.
Oh, yeah.
It was special in the 80s to be in porno.
Totally. I always tell people I got the last train out on the good old days. You know what I mean? Yeah.
The 310 to Yuma.
Yeah, exactly. And that's it, folks. That's it. I was running to grab the caboose,
Yeah.
I got to the last, with the shots on film with, all Stuart Canterbury.
Yeah, he's one of my first guys I worked for too.
Yeah.
Ironically. Maybe he was always testing the new guys.
Yeah. He gave me a chance, it's like I was running to catch that train. We caught it.
I worked for Stewart in 1989.
Oh, wow.
With a popular girl name was Kim Alexis, right? Even though she copied the model's name, but she was a dark haired girl and she was sexy. And I was like, whoa, she had a porn name already, right? She was like a kind of famous. I worked with Kim Alexis.
Right.
Anyways, so go ahead. So you do a good job with Toy. Was the pussy hot? Was it good?
It was, totally cool. Totally. Yeah, she was totally, and I'm like, wow, I can't, like when I finished that scene, and she goes, well, yeah, you'll do okay. I'm driving on the way home with a big smile on my face, and there's traffic. You know how often you smile in traffic? I'm going, man, I can't believe I'm in porn now.
Yeah, it's like a fucking dream, right?
It is. Looking back right now, it's a dream. I mean, I worked with, for me, this is a whole dream, In fact, I wanted to be on your show because it'll kind of get me back to the good old days, because life has been so hard, these days, and for a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of pain going around.
Yes, there is.
A lot of the negative energy, the conspiracies, the dividing and conquering. The division of people being divided is a heartbreak, and even
That's
all the
not
way
America
to
that we know. Yeah,
all the way to the gender dividing.
Yes.
So really, from our time, it's heartbreaking, but I understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but so the good old days, for me, it was the great old days, right?
Yes. Yeah.
It was a beautiful time. So your second scene is with who?
Oh gosh, who was that with? Well, I'll tell you, I can't really remember the second scene, but I remember the first scene. But I'll tell you what, in the top first 10 of my scenes, I'm working with this gal named Daisy. Do you remember Daisy, who turned into Jenna Jameson? Daisy. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So I have to Ultimate Video call.
This has got to be 1994.
Four? Yeah.
You're working with a girl named Daisy, who was Jenna Jameson?
Yeah.
All right,
She
really?
was. Yeah, she came out 18 years old from Vegas.
Yeah.
With her boyfriend with the suitcases.
With her boyfriend?
Yeah, she had a boyfriend.
She had a boyfriend?
Yeah.
And not a girlfriend, but a boyfriend.
A boyfriend, yeah.
Wow,
I remember
okay.
him. And she didn't, we were in a trailer waiting for our scene, and it was a scene with, oh my gosh. Yeah, this had to be Diva. Yeah, it was Diva and Daisy. And I was in the middle.
Really?
Yeah, for Ultimate Video. And it was an interactive thing.
Nick Polkowski, or whatever his name was.
Yes, yeah. You remember Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah, so guess who? Okay.
And that's always film. They always shot film.
Yeah.
Was it a film?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so before the Daisy scene, I'm working with Terry Diver, You know,
I love fucking Terry Diver.
Oh, she became my like best friend in the industry.
Just some good pussy. Something about her was kind of like horny, right?
Yeah.
She wasn't no beauty queen, but something about her made you want to fucking. I felt like some of my good scenes were with Terry because I don't know, the pussy was great. She made me horny as fuck.
Yeah, and she was so genuine and just she
Nice,
was
yeah.
fun. You know, creative, a very creative gal.
Yeah.
You know, ended up writing a lot later and producing with Rinse 'Em On. Yeah.
So you're with Jenna Jameson. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And you're one of the first guys to fuck Jenna Jameson.
When Daisy, yeah, I mean this gal named Daisy.
And wow. So how'd it go?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. No, it was very very memorable.
Memorable.
Memorable. Yeah. See, I can't even think straight because I'm thinking back.
She was great.
It was great. It was totally cool.
She was a friend of mine. You know, I mean, she was a pretty good friend of mine.
Yes.
Her and her boyfriend or husband. You know, I said Jay one day. He said, "Hey man, what do you think of Jen?" I said, "She got some really good pussy." Because I'm all about good pussy.
Yes. Yeah.
And what'd you think of the goods?
Here's the thing. When we were in the trailer waiting for her scene, she didn't talk much. She was very shy, and I'm shy, and I didn't know. I didn't think she liked me at first. You know that? Oh, maybe she. But that's the way she was when she got in the industry. She was very shy.
Was she pretty cute, or what'd you think of her?
Just
the doll?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
And she's the kind of chick that like the Metro Club, you know, in the Riverside, that you would look like for 2 hours and finally ask her out, and say, you know, I just want to say that I've been looking at you. I don't have any pickup lines, but you're very attractive.
Yeah, but then they say, "You're too late, motherfucker."
I know. Yeah. Well, you got to take a number like Baskin Robbins, right?
Yeah. So she was hot, huh?
Yeah, she was.
So how'd the scene go?
It went really good. It was one of the scenes that it was a dinner party movie.
I was in that movie, I think.
Yeah, and oh gosh, that was I think Randy West was in it. Oh gosh,
That had to be the last of Randy West because Randy West kind of faded away around 94. You're saying it's 94, right?
Yeah, 94. And then he got his own production thing with Ed Powers, I believe, after that. Yeah. But it was kind of the movie that kind of launched me. But of course, Mitch Spinelli is, I was an actor in one of his movies, you know, with his dad, Anthony.
Porn actor or just an actor?
A porn actor,
Okay.
but I didn't do a scene yet. Oh, you asked me my second scene, that was it.
With Spinelli.
Sorry, yeah.
I like those guys.
Yeah, it wasn't really a sex scene, but Reb called me up and he says, "Hey, this guy's taking a look at your photos. Mitch Spinelli likes you. He'd like to try you out. You know, with some. You would play the fantasy guy of Tina Tedeschi in the movie, and that's the first time I met John Doe. It was on the beach down in Zuna Beach, Zuma Beach, yeah." And so Mitch is, "Hey, how are you doing?" You know, his dad's out there, you know, in one of those chairs on the beach. Okay. And his dad, if he didn't like the acting, he would make you do it over again. He was all about the acting.
Yeah. He was a nice guy.
Oh, totally.
Anthony Spinelli, I think was his name.
Yes. And hey, Dad, look, it's Opie.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Dad, look. That's what he's called. That's when I was Drago from Temecula.
I liked, and the mother, the dark black hair, you know. I like those. I like them. They're nice people.
Totally. And you know what? They got in at a good time, but then porn started changing, and it was like, my gosh, you know, even Spinelli had to keep up with the times with all this stuff.
Oh yeah. So I mean, the scene with Jenna, so that thing went perfect. You think?
I think it was one of my better movies. Yeah.
Did she like you afterwards? Did she say, "Wow, you're good"? Did she say anything?
She was shy. She's still shy after the scene. I mean, we got during the scene. It was like, oh wow, maybe you're not shy.
Yeah. She was hot, but she was hot, right?
Totally.
Because
she had that little tattoo on her butt.
Oh yeah, you know? Heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a heartbreaker, right? But when you get near Jenna, let people know Jenna Jameson, something about her, she's got heat. That's what I picked up because I work with her a lot of times. And when you start fucking her, you just get more turned on and more turned on. Because I'm not really into that many blondes.
Yeah.
But when you fuck with Jenna, you get hot. I got hotter. You know what I mean? Like, and then I give it to her, and she gives it back to me.
Yeah.
It's an energy, interchange. But I thought she was fucking great to work with.
Oh yeah.
You work with her again?
I worked with her just that one time, but I was on another set with her. I was on the set with Savannah. I'll get to that later. I never worked with her, but I met her. And it's sad what happened. And shortly after.
Yeah, up to 94. June of 94.
Yeah. Then I heard she was dating my hero, Billy Idol. That's wild.
Oh, yeah?
Billy's got good taste. No.
Yeah, seemed like a cool guy, Billy Idol.
Yeah, I love Billy Idol. You know, he seems down to earth.
Yeah, he's like a real guy, right?
Yeah.
And I heard he is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Real guy. I think he likes the girls too.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
So God bless Billy Idol.
Yes, God bless Billy Idol.
Yeah. so anyways, you see her again, and she's nice to you, and
Yeah, I saw her on another set, and then we didn't work together, but yeah, I could tell that she was a little bit more or less shy, and I was too. You know, I was kind of coming out of my shell.
Yeah, you started getting more comfortable.
Yes.
How many movies have you done?
Well, my gosh, I would say, because some of them are thrown into compilations and stuff, I would say maybe not near as many as you or Mike Horner, maybe 500, 700.
700?
Maybe 700.
So would you say that sometimes you did 2 scenes in a movie?
Oh, yeah. Opie, I did 2, 3.
2 or 3 sometimes?
Yeah.
So maybe you did possibly 1,000 scenes?
A little, possibly. But I'd say on the shorter end of that.
Okay.
Possibly. I worked with Debbie Diamond a ton of times, and I remember the first time, oh boy.
Tell me about it.
Wow, who's this chick?
Tall.
Whoa.
She's like tall with heels.
She's
She's
tall.
almost your size.
Yes, and tall, and she's got that model look. She you know, the model look. She looks like a mannequin almost, like, you know, she could model clothes.
Nice. I love Debbie. I mean, as a person, Debbie Diamond is such a sweetheart.
She is.
As a performer, you better be ready.
Oh, can you imagine? And that was like in my first top 10 scenes. So,
Oh, no, you're in trouble.
I'm still kind of getting used to this. I mean, it's like, yeah. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, whoa. Just give me a minute. So I got to, hey, get hard.
She intimidated you?
Oh, are you? Yeah. And then by a few scenes, oh, there's my little Baptist boy. She'd call me on the phone. She talked to my dad before.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
When I was living in Temecula. Remember the earthquake?
Yeah, 94.
Oh my gosh. This was about the time when I was first working with Debbie a lot, you know? And I'll tell you what, that was crazy because it felt like, I remember I was on the bed. It felt like you were on an ocean. Like, it was weird. It was like this quicksand underneath. But
I was on a 3rd-story apartment, and everything fell down. So I had to run with my girlfriend. But yeah.
The exodus of California for a while, huh?
No, I didn't leave California, but you know, I just
mean, a lot of
people ran like rats, right?
But yeah, isn't it crazy?
It was crazy. So Debbie Diamond she
calling
intimidated you, so you made the scene happen?
I made it happen because, I mean, you know, I'm totally into blondes. I'm like, wow, you know, but I had to slow it down a little bit because, you wish you were like in the regular world that girls were like that a little bit so I could be used to porn, you know?
Well, I mean, Debbie Diamond is an anomaly, right? I mean, you don't...
Oh, yeah. She's a legend.
Through the history of porno, I don't think there's that many girls that could compare with her...
energy. And
velocity, her ferociousness.
Oh, yeah.
About having sex.
Yeah.
And her passion. I mean, you have to be ready. I work with her 40 times.
Wow.
How many times do you work with her?
Probably 12.
Well, that's a lot of time.
Yeah.
I work with her almost 40 times, maybe 30 or 40, but a lot. Because I could handle Debbie. As a matter of fact, I slayed Debbie numerous times.
Oh, yeah. Some
I
of the
was
hottest
strong,
scenes
right?
are you and Debbie because you guys both have that energy.
Right.
You know?
So it was a war who had more energy, but I was just a little bit stronger than her.
Yeah.
But I think she weighed more than me, you know what I mean? But she was so strong and so powerful.
And so into it. I mean, from the time the scene started to the time even the camera stopped, she was just, you know, are we done?
Yeah, you're right. She was just one of the best ever.
Yeah.
You know, as far as performer goes, and she was just, as a person, one of the nicest. She's still alive, one of the nicest people ever.
Yeah.
And a lot of people love Debbie Diamond.
Yeah.
Because her truth shows through the film. You know, shows through. You know what I mean? She's so great. But so you did almost 1,000 scenes, maybe. Was Debbie Diamond one of your favorite girls to work with?
Yeah. I like Debbie Diamond. I like Caroline Pierce.
Caroline Pierce came afterwards.
Yeah,
though.
she came afterwards.
The 2000s.
Yeah, but man, she had a body. Oh my.
Nice
gosh.
round ass, strong legs. Yeah, she worked for my company, Evasive Angles, numerous times.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Cool.
she was cool. She seemed nice, but she seemed like the school teacher or librarian.
I know, huh?
Right?
I know. You know what's funny is I got to throw my corner in this, but he used to drive a station wagon with a mustache, and he'd show up at the porn set. It's like, what are you picking up the kids or something? I mean, he just looked like the typical house dude, you know. The soccer dad, you know. But it was funny. The soccer dad. That's what he reminded me of. And it was so funny to see him get out of the car because he was on a lot of Terry Diver shoots.
Oh yeah,
Great actor. Mike's a great actor.
Performer-wise, but you know,
Yeah.
not on the high level, right?
He did pretty good acting, but
Good acting, right? But
yeah,
performance-wise, what do you
comparing to you, you're yeah. I saw an interview, by the way, with you and Jason.
Oh
Cameron.
yeah, okay, yeah.
And
Sullivan, right?
Yeah, Jason Sullivan. And Ron was totally cool. I think I knew Ron pretty well, and I didn't correlate that Jason.
Ron Sullivan, his father.
Yes, I didn't correlate that they were father-son for a while, you know, because Jason had been shooting me a lot on Spinelli's shoots. And then I correlated it, you know. But Jason, I remember one of the conversations with you had with Jason is like, and I'm going, well, yeah, TT's probably, never had any problems with wood. I mean, you were a sure deal if you were being hired that, you know, you'd get out by 7 with 5 scenes. Spinelli, I would always ask him, so what's the name of this movie, Mitch? Oh, get out by 7. Get out by 7, you know, 5 scenes, 4 scenes, no problem. Shoot through the, but with you probably could do back-to-backs and still eat lunch, you know? Not be, oh crap, we're going to be in traffic. We haven't even gotten the second scene, you know?
Well, a lot of times the people would put me in the first scene in the features, right? Get them started, and they know, so they get the movie started, you know, not fall behind. And they put me at the end of the movie, maybe at 2:00 in the morning, so they know that I would get them out of there.
Exactly.
When the other people are falling apart.
Yeah.
But in between those times, I would hop onto other sets sometimes.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Oh, yeah, that's classic.
If the dialogue wasn't too heavy, right, I could sneak away and do other scenes.
That's pretty cool.
But
go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
What's the most scenes you've shot in a day?
5. Wow. One time I did this scene for Jim Holiday.
Yeah.
Right? And it was with 30 girls, right? But my friend, you know, Jay, you know, who was married to Jenna, set this up not too intelligently, in my opinion.
Right.
And in anybody's opinion, because you have 30 girls, you need to make a set, you make it beautiful. You got 30 girls, you got a lot of stars in there.
You bet.
A lot of girls, I'm fucking them. So what they do is they give me a concrete floor with 30 girls, no furniture, no nothing.
Oh my gosh.
And then they say, and you got to fuck all these girls in like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, want you to come 5 times.
No way.
Yeah. And the first scene was, the first cum shot was a blowjob with Tiffany Minks. So she's going to town and her tooth hits my dick and rips it.
Oh my gosh. Ugh.
And now I still got to come 5 times and fuck these girls on concrete. And there was even something else that happened. Nina Hartley asked me to spank her ass. I spanked it, and she got mad at me, and she's in the background all pissed off. And I'm just like, I told you I spanked hard, and I didn't try and do anything, but so the pressure was fucking insane on a concrete floor. And believe me, I would have loved to take my time with those 30 nice girls.
Oh, you bet.
You know, and I would like to fuck them 12 hours and make a beautiful scene, but they gave me 2.5 hours on concrete. So that just gives you an example of what
I'm really thinking. You know, it's like
I don't know, I think
couches and thick carpet like shag.
Well, you need,
you know,
you need something, right? But anyways, so I just give you an example of what I could do, and I could probably fuck 6 or 7 scenes probably without a problem. I think I talked to Peter North the other day. He said something like, well, you know, I'm sitting there watching you and you're 14 and you come out of your pants with a heart on.
That's crazy.
So he's like, you know, fuck you. Not fuck you, but he's like, I quit.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah.
Anyways, but you know, a lot of people, when I talk about me, they get all fucking pissed off and they get all crazy. Fuck you, you're bragging. But
no, I want to, it's
the truth, right?
Exactly. It is the truth, folks. It's the truth. This guy is a stud. And yeah, he's like, you're like the role model for somebody it's like looking at, you know, let's say Michael Jordan, a basketball. You were to the adult movies. And that's a good,
Thank you.
I guess, analogy.
You know, ironically, since we were just talking about Ron Sullivan, he used to call me the Michael Jordan of porno.
Oh, is that right?
All the time.
That's classic.
That was funny since you're talking about them. So let's go back to you. So you're working for Spinelli and you're getting out on time.
Yes.
So you liked the Jason interview. Jason was is a nice guy.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Nice guy. And his father, I loved him. Ron Sullivan, Henry Pachard.
Yeah, I could never, how do you say that?
Yeah,
Pachard, yeah. I could
Pachard,
never
but he was
get
great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Directed a lot of film. He was a good director, great guy.
Oh, yeah.
So here you are. You got to work with Jenna. So you meet Savannah.
Yeah, I met Savannah, just kind of a hi, how are you?
Oh, okay.
I didn't work with her. She was on the set. And later on, that was the only time I saw her, and for just a few minutes.
Yeah. I remember when Savannah came in for her first go-see, right? And I was fucking a girl in the scene for video exclusives because that's where she went first because Rex, you ever meet Rex?
I don't think I did.
Rex brought her in 1990.
No, I never, yeah.
When I saw that girl walk in, I think she was 18, right? Bang haircut.
Yeah.
The ultimate blonde with a body and a personality and a little bounce. And she just looked so sweet. I was fucking this girl, probably a Spanish girl named Anna Marie or something. I can't, you know. And I was like, whoa. I think it was a gym scene. And she looked at me. I looked at her. I said, oh my God. She's just, you know what I mean? Like, this is what the dreams are made of, right?
Yes, exactly.
But, you know, we worked together a lot of times, me and Savannah. And we got along well. We got along well.
Yes.
But I guess if she didn't like you or something, I guess you know, whatever. But she was great for me. I loved her. You know?
Yeah.
But Savannah was cool. So
you want to, I mean, I just would love to go back in time and just, hey, you know, I'd say, oh, great. You know, I'll probably work with you, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It never happened.
She was I liked her a lot. You know what I mean? A lot of people said stuff, but she was always so nice to me.
A lot of jealousy there too. I think some of the gals might have been jealous of her.
Probably, but I think she pushed her weight sometimes because she was pretty and she was going out with all the superstars. Yeah. I mean, you know, she's special. So fuck it. That's the way life is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to be humble when you're the king, you know what I mean? Or the queen. She was like a queen at that time. So what can you say? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can only say, Savannah, we loved you. And when she passed away, it was the same month I broke up with my girlfriend who I really cared about. I was like, this is fucking terrible. You know what I mean? Because I was already heartbroken by seeing Savannah, who I liked a lot. I said, fuck, this is fucked up. You know, because she was really, we got along. I think we were supposed to go out once or twice. We never did, you know?
Sure.
But, you know, that's how she was like, you know, we should go out, you know, because we worked together a lot, you know?
Yeah.
And anyway, she was just fucking beautiful, you know? Anyways, so sad. So, yeah, it would be nice to go back in time too. I want a time machine. Yeah.
Oh, it'd be great. I might go back to 1985 though and just stay there. I love that year.
Really? Why?
First girlfriend, the punk chick.
Oh, tell me what happened.
First car, first weightlifting.
So what'd she look like, this punk chick? She have a body?
Blonde hair, and she had this side of her head shaved, but she had the hair over it. So if she wanted to wear on that, she wore a leather jacket and boots. We'd go to Fender's in Long Beach to go see shows, you know, punk rock shows and stuff.
Fender's is that from the Fender?
Fender's Ballroom.
Okay. Yeah. Not the Fender amps.
No.
Nothing to do with those guys.
Nothing to do with the amps, but it was a place that eventually burned down. But we used to go back there in 86 and 87 to watch shows, you know, the local Orange County punk bands and stuff. And, you know, MIA and Oxnard bands like Aggression. And those,
Weren't those people back in those days? I heard the story because my friend's brother was a punk rocker, in 84, 83. And he was a strong guy. So I heard they would get into pits or something and bang each other, smash each other or something.
Oh, yeah. Here's a funny story. So I played football for Damien, a Catholic school. I went to freshman year, and so there were no girls at the school. So we would have dances with the all girls schools. So there's this Oingo Boingo band, right? I mean, they just do covers, and they were a great band.
Was it the real Oingo Boingo?
No, they were a cover band for Oingo Boingo back in 1984. This is when
was Oingo Boingo the one that said "turn in Japanese"?
No, I think that was. Oh gosh, it wasn't Ultravox, but no, I know. Remember,
turn in Japanese. I really think so. That's a cool song,
I love
right?
that song.
Yeah.
No, but they did. So Private Life. Remember, this is my private life.
I think
You've heard that song.
I'm pretty sure.
It's in a couple of Molly Ringwald movies. So these punkers, and they're a couple of years older than me, so they were intimidating, right? 2 years back then, they're,
But you're a big guy, man.
I wasn't as big as I am now.
But how tall are you?
Oh, maybe I hadn't reached, by the time 87, when I was 17, I was 6'2.5" or so.
Pretty big, man. Especially back in those days.
Yeah. I was maybe 6 feet.
Okay.
But so these guys, hey, you want to slam?
Oh, that's what it's called, slamming.
Slam dance, yeah. And I'm like,
no.
But they did it
That was
anyway.
weird shit, really. What are you doing,
Slam
right?
into Private Life, from Oingo Boingo cover band.
But you're already you got some weight on you, so did you smash them or did you?
I was still
they fuck you up?
I thought I was thin
Okay.
back then. Oh, by the way, before I started weightlifting, I was 6'1" or 2, about 150 pounds.
Oh, fuck.
So
You're
you can
skinny.
imagine. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, the girl, the punk rocker, let's tell her what happened real quick. How'd it happen? She gave you the pussy? What happened?
Yeah.
She's your
that was
first
the
girl.
First, yeah.
So what happened?
We didn't know how to do it, really. I mean, that was awkward.
You're 17?
Yeah, I'm 17.
Your first time you're 17?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And, but we finally got it down. I remember we did it. Oh, this is a record for me. We did it like 7 times in one day.
Wow, really?
Parents were out of town. And
How long is that? Like 8 hours?
Or, yeah, just
the whole day?
That's but beautiful. I could never do that. Even in the industry, I could never do that. No. Huh? Can you imagine me? I can't even imagine. This is like a dream. Going back, saying, wow, could I do that now? I don't think so.
The porno, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be like, I don't know. It's just like, maybe, but when you're in your 20s, you're just like, wow. And then, of course, this is before Viagra. So, we were.
I mean, so you were started in 92. When did you retire?
This is the interesting thing. I retired in 2010 officially, pretty much. I did one scene in 2012, but I was working.
So almost 20 years, basically, off and on.
Right. And there were a few, I'll say this with pun, laughing. There were a few hard years, because I crossed over.
Crossed over where?
To the gay side.
Holy shit, you did?
I did.
Oh my God.
And that's
an
interesting story. Well, they paid me about, I got $8,500 for 2 scenes and a box cover in a movie.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine? But it hurt my straight career.
Fuck yeah. Back in those days, that shit wasn't going down.
Yeah, I know.
What did you do it? You did it for the money or do you like guys?
I like chicks and I did it for the money. But I like Schwarzenegger and those guys, but I appreciate their bodies, but sexually I'm not attracted. So can you imagine? I'm like, oh shit, what did I do? Where's my straight career?
What year was this?
This is 98. I had a girlfriend at the time encourage me a lot to do it. She goes, you're crazy if you don't.
What the fuck, really?
And I didn't know it was like maybe a sabotage here. But I did it. It's my doing. And, I learned a lot, but I didn't get back to where I wanted in the straight industry until like about Well, Mitch started hiring me about a year or two afterwards.
So this is 98. So you got cut off, kind of.
Yeah, it was hard.
Oh, that's crazy, huh?
Suicidal thoughts and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
So you fucked these guys or what? They didn't fuck you,
I was
right?
a top.
The top, right?
Pitcher.
Yeah.
No, they wanted me to bottom though. I
Oh,
said,
my
well,
God.
I wouldn't feel comfortable. It's not me, you know.
Yeah, right.
But
Those guys, right? The gay guys love to turn out a straight guy. It's their optimum goal.
And
right?
here's the thing: I got a contract, right? I was a signed contract for Studio 2000. I was going to do 5 movies for like $40,000, and I thought, okay, I can do that. And in the contract, I got royalties, right? For each like VHS that was sold, I got it like 50 cents, right? Not bad.
No.
But the way they wrote it up screwed me because I only got that for like a year and a half because everything went to DVD and the internet. So I thought that I would have that the rest of my life, right? So I thought, okay, and in the contract it says you can work in straight scenes as much as you want, but you can only do work for our company in the gay scene. I says, okay, cool. But then I went back to the straight industry and it was hard to get work.
They knew right away because it was publicized, or
it
what?
was in AVN. There was an interview about it.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
But hey,
That's rough, man.
I know there were a tough time. I would use the word hard times, but that's pun. But looking back, hey, I got through those times. I grew from it.
So you were pissed off at yourself, suicidal, because you did it, or because you weren't getting any work?
Because I wasn't getting work, or the people that I thought were friends weren't returning my phone calls and stuff. Now there were some people that were cool with it, that would and Mitch kind of launched me back. And by 2004 and 5, I was working regularly back in there. But there was a few years it was, hey, can you just, give me any work, Oh, we got to tell the girls. And I go, that's cool. But sometimes they would tell the girls and they wouldn't want to. But a lot of girls didn't care either, Because, and by the way, when I was doing the gay movies and the bi.
So you did the 5 movies?
Yeah, I did the 5. I finished the contract for the year.
Oh man, that's rough.
Yeah.
So
I know.
You didn't mind it that much.
I had Viagra, and my girlfriend helped me on the side too.
Oh, really? Okay.
People don't know that,
Mm-hmm. So you.
And I was comfortable by then with the camera, and
They asked me too to do gay movies.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
But I just said, no, I can't. I like pussy. I can't do that. I just no.
Right.
And they offered me money, not that much because they probably knew I was pretty rugged and wasn't that mentality, maybe, but they asked me. I was like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
They asked me a few times. I said, no. No. Matter of fact, hell no. You know what I mean? That's just, I like girls.
Yeah.
But anyway, so go ahead. Just to let the people know, that some of the producers and sometimes directors in the straight business are actually gay, working, and they work in the gay industry. So almost like they're trying to recruit straight men on the side from the straight business to come into the gay world with higher prices for the scenes, which is what happened to you, right?
Oh yeah, I got paid like $4,500 a scene.
But nobody knows that they're there, kind of in your ear on a regular set, right?
Oh yeah,
regular set, right?
Yeah,
Straight
in
set.
Hollywood, all over too.
Straight set, yeah.
Straight set, yeah. Yeah.
So that is how people don't know, but because they're telling me, "Oh, come on," and so I could see if you need money, you might do something like that. I don't know. You know what I mean? I didn't do it, but maybe because I was so lucky. No, because I like girls. I just always like girls. You know what I mean? But there was times when I wasn't working a lot, in the very beginning. But that's when they solicited me. But
so I did like 6 years straight. Boom, I'm doing straight movies for like 6 years, and then I'm at the AVN. This guy runs up to me with a card, and back in 98 in January, he says, "Hey, this guy, he's the owner of Studio 2000. He wanted me to chase you down. He thinks you kind of look like Ken Riker. I guess Ken Riker was a star.
I remember that name.
Yeah. And then, I heard about the Rocklin Brothers. I thought they were a band. They were three brothers that went,
Gay guys?
Yeah, that did gay movies. But the Rocklin Brothers, I always thought that was like a band or something, But so they thought this guy had me chased down. And, I think I was even talking to TJ Hart. You remember TJ Hart? She's totally cool. And this guy comes up.
TJ Hart was on the airplane when I knocked out Mark Wallace flying back from Oakland. But she was a cool chick, right?
Wow, I haven't heard that story. I want to hear that story.
I already
Maybe you can tell me later.
Yeah, but I remember her jumping up on the airplane. I'm pretty sure it was her. Leave alone! He's knocked out, right? I'm about ready to finish him off. But anyways, I get excited, you know what I mean? But anyways, she was nice.
Yeah. So this guy runs up to me. He says, "Hey, the owner." He points down there. It's crowded. You know how the AVN is back in those days. Crowded. Says this guy thinks he's the owner of Studio 2000. He wants you to give him a call when you get back to LA. So I did.
But you know what Studio 2000 was?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I didn't. No. Okay. Yeah. That's how. Yeah. So I did, and I got paid $1,200 for a JO scene in Billy 2000.
What's that? Jack off.
Yeah, I thought, wow, $1,200 just to jerk off. I can look at magazines, or whatever.
I did one of those scenes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did a jack off scene. They paid me $400. But I'm just jacking off. I don't give a fuck, right? That's beautiful,
good
right?
money, right?
I don't give a fuck. Mean, wasn't the people were shooting, but it was just me jacking off. Big deal.
Yeah, I know.
$400. Yeah, $1,200. You got paid, man.
I got $1,200. Yeah. And then they offered me after that a contract, and they says, "Can you keep in shape? And can you, for a year, and we'll do this." And I asked for royalties, and I guess the partner of the guy that owns Studio 2000 goes, "What? Are you crazy? This is how he talked. Bill, what are you doing?" That's how he got hysterical, But I thought, man, this is going to be great. I'll get 50 cents on each VHS, dong, not thinking. And boom, everything went to the internet. And
I wouldn't beat yourself up about that part, but,
Yeah. But, yeah.
So you get this contract for Studio 2000, and you do the gay movies.
Yeah, I did 5 movies for like $40,000 and with royalties, which a year and a half it only lasted.
Did you do anything good with the money?
Spin it on women.
That's cool.
Baseball cards. That's another thing. I think Tom Byron even says, just save your money and watch your teeth. Be careful with your teeth. Uh-huh. Those are advices for new people coming in. But I thought, I didn't think it would devastate, I didn't think it would totally hurt my straight career, but it took a couple of years to get back going again. But I did. Mitch Spinelli hired me. Worked for Pink Visual. And Kick-Ass. They hired me all the time. So I was working, back, after I did the gay. A couple of years later, I was working for those companies. So it kept me busy. And then I did personal training at the gym and massage. So that I made some money that way too.
Massage? You had the massage guys? Oh, that's not.
And women.
But yeah. Oh, well. Oh. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyway, so did you ever work with a girl? Right. Somebody asked me this the other day. They wanted to know this question. Not for you, but just in general.
Yeah.
Did you ever work with a girl on a set and fall in love with her?
Oh, not all the time. It was a rare thing because I knew that I didn't want to be like one of those guys, because we knew those guys on TT that would come to the set and that would kind of.
I didn't really know them because I'm just moving around working, and I tried to mind my own business always.
Yeah, so, and me too. And but we knew those guys that would fall in love with the.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Remember Buffy for Cinderella? Oh gosh, she did the Buffy movies for Cinderella video, and why am I getting a blank? I'm getting a senior moment here. No, a pre-senior moment. No, but I'll think of her name in a little bit. But I dated a few. I dated a few gals. Remember Veronica Brazil?
Yeah, she was
Baby
very
Lison.
nice
Yeah,
person.
totally nice.
Big ass lips.
Yeah, we were friends. She kind of taught me the ropes.
Yeah, she seemed like she was sweet, but she also seemed like she was kind of worldly.
Yeah.
Like she knew what the hell was going on.
Oh, yeah. So get this. She lived in Pomona. So, yeah, here's another coincidence. So you talk about, okay, second scene stuff. Talk about my first 5 scenes. She was one of them. It's coming back to me. Veronica Brazil. And, you know, we get to talk and, oh, baby, listen. She says, yo, shave, baby. Shave. You need to shave because when you go down on me, you know, it's not grown out enough. And she'd give me tips and stuff and, you know. Yeah, but then I found out she lived in Pomona, and so I helped her move and stuff to L.A. Yeah,
you were fucking her?
Yeah, on the side. Yeah.
How many times you fuck her?
We actually dated for a while.
Really?
Yeah, for a few months. But she moved out to on Sepulveda Boulevard there, you know. But she had a place in Pomona too, so I helped her move.
Was she working on the
She
side?
was in the industry.
No, I know.
I mean, she was in the industry back when I.
But was she selling pussy a little bit?
No, I don't know for, you know,
I mean, she was a nice person.
Yeah.
But she was very strong.
She was.
Strong
I mean,
woman.
she liked to get on top and ride for a while. You know what I mean?
No, but I mean, her personality was
Yes.
strong.
Oh, she
dominating.
was.
Right?
Yeah, Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, but you know, she wasn't dominating me, but she was a nice person. I worked with her once or twice, but she was very cool. I liked her.
And she was kind of a little, not as intimidating as Debbie Diamond.
No way in hell.
No, but what, you know.
But she was strong.
Oh, she was strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you were in love with her?
I wasn't in love with her, but she kind of taught me the ropes, you know?
What girl did you fall in love with? What girl did you just melt your heart one
gosh. Do I say this?
Yeah.
And I made a fool out of myself?
Yeah.
Caroline Pierce.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I liked her a lot, you know, but I just, I don't know.
You dated her?
No, but I wanted to. Used her in movies a lot.
You used her in movies?
Yeah.
So you started directing later?
Yeah, later.
All right. So you asked her out and she said no?
No, I didn't even ask her out. I just, you know.
Really?
But I liked her. She could tell, I think, but I just never, you know, it's like, it's crazy.
Sometimes you got to make the moves.
Exactly.
So
exactly. We learn a lot, don't we?
Yeah. What did you like so much about her?
She was kind of into punk a little bit. I liked her body, her personality. She's kind of down to earth, you know. She wasn't like stuck up, Vegas chick, you know. And I don't know. I just liked her. She seemed creative and nice. Just stuff that I liked about her.
Just a cool chick.
Yeah.
She worked for my company, like I said earlier, and she was nice. She was. I mean, I only talked to her a couple times because a lot of times my directors were, you know, directing the movies.
She had that school teacher thing going on,
she worked
you know?
probably like 10 movies for me.
Oh, cool.
Probably. But so what about a girl that you fell in love with that you dated in the business? Did that happen?
Yeah, Brooke April.
Brooke April?
You know who she is? She kind of looks like Brooke Shields.
Sounds good.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we dated for about a year, and we went on the Change of Heart show. Do you remember that show, Change of Heart?
It was an MTV show or something like that?
No, it was more on the lines of Jerry Springer, but not as crazy. But yeah, she broke up with me on live TV. Well, I won't say live TV, but yeah, it was live at the time. I mean,
on purpose to embarrass you?
I'll tell you, it was like, yeah. So what the show was,
that's fucked up.
I know they would pay for a date, right? Mm-hmm. To go out with, you know, she got to go out with a guy and I got to go out with a gal. And then they would interview us on how our date went, right? And you would either stay together or have a change of heart. And she had a change of heart and I was shocked. I couldn't believe it.
How long were you dating her for?
We were together about a year.
What the fuck? Yeah. Are you serious?
Yeah, it was like, was this because you didn't get on the Hollywood Squares and I did? I was on the Hollywood Squares
really?
too. Yeah.
Ah, cool.
That was classic. But no, I mean, I don't know if she, I don't know. It was just, but Mitch Spinelli even say, hey, buddy, I saw you on TV. Are you okay?
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was crazy.
So she just fucking dumped you on live
TV.
What the for a year? That's crazy.
And they played it over and over. It wasn't just run once. In fact, the fire department in Hollywood, traffic, they were caught in traffic. I was walking there and they honked, and the fireman, change of heart. I mean, I got more recognized from Change of Heart in the Hollywood squares than
Really?
It was pretty wild, yeah.
So you didn't get recognized that much as a porno star?
No, I did. In fact, I was coming out of Jim South's, which I signed with him later. I'll tell you that story. But I'm walking there, walking to In-N-Out Burger down the street, right? In traffic time. This
is Van Nuys and Ventura, excuse me.
Yes, Van Nuys and Ventura. And traffic, you know how it's just like everybody's just waiting. So I'm walking down the street from World Modeling to In-N-Out Burger, right? Mm-hmm. And this one guy smiles, and the guy in the passenger seat says, hey, Frank. And I'm like looking, the guy goes, we know what you do. It's just the look on his face.
But that was for the regular movies?
Yeah, regular movies,
okay.
yeah.
Not the other one.
Who do you know me as? What? No, he says, hey, Frank, we know what you do.
Did you have a different name when you did the gay movies?
This was before I did the gay movies, so yeah, I knew it was from... Yeah, but I did. I went by Mark Slade. Okay. In fact, the same guy that got upset on that one set, like, Mark's getting paid more than the whole cast and crew, But what was Jeff Stryker? He's the guy that named Jeff Stryker, if you know who that is.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Jeff Stryker.
Another legend.
Jeff Stryker was a big deal in those days. And I watched him come in the set. He was getting paid big money, and it had some Jamie Loves Jeff, and he had a couple of those. Yeah. Jamie, the fucking Vivid girl who I was in love with. I worked with her finally. But, God, what the fuck's her name?
I know, I'm getting
Jamie Summers. Jamie Summers.
Jamie Summers, yeah,
right.
yeah.
Jamie Summers was so pretty, right? I worked with her, but I was so under pressure that I didn't get to do my best scene and enjoy it because it was a film. Yeah. Paul Thomas was cool, but man, just one of those days you didn't really get to enjoy the beauty of Jamie Summers, which she was so beautiful, right?
Totally.
But so Stryker was around, and I was like, why is this guy over here on this side? He's getting paid like 3 times as much even to do regular scenes.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was only because he did 1 or 2 scenes, 3 scenes or whatever in the straight business. But as in the gay world, I know he was a big deal.
He was a big deal. He's an icon in that world and the bi world too. So get this. So when I wasn't getting work on the straight side, they were putting me in bi movies because I'm in chicks. And that was like the only work that I could get closest to the straight stuff.
So you did the other, and then you did bi movies too?
Yeah.
Holy shit. But it was, Frankie went overboard,
Frankie went overboard, yeah. Condoms, and we were all tested. And it was, I was a top, of course. And, but I got labeled like I had AIDS and stuff, and it hurt me a lot. I mean, I went through some really rough times doing some soul searching.
I bet, man. I mean,
people were saying stuff, that were hurtful. And then when people don't return phone calls, your mind goes, well, why aren't they returning phone calls? They used to call me, right back. And I'm thinking, so you're thinking the worst, right? So yeah, it was hard. I mean,
no, I can see. No, that's you know what I think? This is for anybody and everybody. You got to be real careful if you kind of sell yourself out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The mental repercussions of selling your soul out. Not saying that you sold your soul out, but maybe you did. You know what I mean? Because the anxiety that you may occur is enough to fucking kill you.
Yeah, there's no handbook about what to do and not to do. And then...
So to anybody out there,
totally.
Be careful when you do something.
Yeah, just think what's going to happen 20 years from now. And thank God I don't believe in suicide, but I've sure had a lot of friends that have done it.
But I mean, no matter what you do, not even doing that, just if you do something you don't want to do, something against you, your spirit.
Right.
Be careful.
Oh yeah, totally.
Be ready. Anyway.
That's good advice. No, seriously, that is good advice. I'm glad you said that. You
gotta be careful because your spirit is delicate sometimes.
Because and I'm very sensitive. you know. But yeah, if it wasn't for like my dad and weightlifting and I do believe in God, I was an agnostic for a long time, but if it wasn't for that, who knows, you know, I would.
Yeah.
But you're right. And anything.
Yeah, that goes against you. Mm-hmm. Be careful. So who was your favorite girl to work with?
Oh boy. How about this? Oh gosh. I always wanted to work with Alexis Duvall because that was like, she would have got me in, but I was too shy to do it.
She was I can't remember who that was. I know.
Tiny with huge boobs.
Yeah, I can't.
Brunette.
I can't remember if I worked with her, but.
Well, I'll tell you what, the one gal that I really wanted to work with was Belladonna, and I never got to work with her. You know, I hear the stories though, you know.
I didn't work with her, but let me tell you a quick little.
Okay.
I think I said the other day in another interview, Belladonna came into Jim South's office in 2000.
Okay.
Right? And Jim wanted me to come meet her, so I was going to put her to work. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I started shooting movies in 97, 96. And so I ran up there, and she looked at me like she wanted to eat me alive.
Really?
I mean, I was like, okay, but I had just got back with my girlfriend I'd been broken up with for 6 years.
Yeah.
So I forced myself out of the office as fast as I could before we started having fun.
Right,
I
exactly.
ran, you know what I mean? I almost ran, but believe me. And then Nacho got with her, and he didn't want me working with her.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I really wasn't working that much anyways, only for myself. I pretty much kind of stopped anyways. So it's kind of a weird situation, but I never worked with her. But she was, a lot of people loved her, and she was cool. She was a very nice girl, cool animal, right? She was kinky, great.
Yeah, yeah.
But what did you like so much about her?
Oh, I just liked her build, her personality. Another strong person. Yeah. You know, Kimberly Kane. Do you know Kimberly Kane?
I heard the name, and I might have worked with her. But
another gal, but you asked me probably who was my favorite. Probably Terry Diver and Caroline Pierce.
Caroline? But you didn't? Did you work with Caroline? You said.
Yeah.
How many times?
Oh, quite a few.
Okay.
Yeah, I used her in like every scene.
Okay, that's good.
One of those things, you know. But Terry Diver, she used me. I lived with them, Ren Savant and Terry, and we lived off of Reseda out there by Armentia. Am I saying
Armenta?
Armenta, yeah. Oh, by the way, they used to call me Farm Boy.
You know, ironically, this is another crazy thing.
Oh gosh. Wow.
My JKD trainer, who I trained with for 20 years in JKD, trained me out of his garage in Armenta Street.
That's where
in Reseda.
Yeah.
So we both hit.
And guess who did filming in the garage and editing? Yeah.
Oh, Terry Diver's husband.
Yeah.
Right.
And she wrote that.
I mean, that's crazy.
Great? That is wild. There's another Western Visuals.
Yeah, right.
We both come from way out in Timbuktu from LA. And now the
Armenta Street
story.
Armenta Street, the guy taught me how to just destroy. I mean, without that guy, man, you know, I used to light people up, and it was that guy's fault. Not that guy's fault, but that guy helped me with radical ideas from, you know, Bruce Lee. You know, but anyway,
I thought about questions that I wanted to ask you a few things. I know you boxed a lot, right?
Everybody thinks I boxed a lot, but I boxed, but I did more of JKD, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Which had boxing, but I loved striking. I do love striking. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But I did a lot of jiu-jitsu too, so I did whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I just know you could kick my ass. Well, you know, people ask me, hey, is there anybody that you really, what's the guy that you would not like to fight on earth, right? And people say, well, you know, because people know that I appreciate like Stallone and you know, Dolph Lundgren, but none of those guys, you know who it is? Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
I says he could mop the floor with me any day.
Well,
I've always respected that guy.
Chuck Norris is a real guy from, you know.
Oh, and he's nice too.
People train with him, yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't forget this one factor in fighting. Weight matters. Big bones matter. So with your size, you have fairly heavy hands. If you can land a clean punch, especially on a guy smaller than you, you can hurt him most of the time if you land it clean. And then if you're quick enough, you just finish them off quick. You know, that's pretty much the facts of fighting. Pretty much, you know, unless there's a special exceptions to every rule, you know what I mean? But that's pretty much the general rule. Just remember that, Frank. So when you're big and strong and you land a clean, hard shot on 99% of guys that are my size, right? You can take them out.
Here's a question for you. Now, this is so funny because, you know, Mickey Mantle and Rod Carew were my favorite players. Well, Mickey Mantle's a switch hitter.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Really?
But he could bat left, bat right.
Oh, but not a switch hitter. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, not like that.
Okay.
Just, in fact, he had a joke. They used to say, hey, I heard he's gay or something. He said it in that movie 61. He goes, they call me a switch hitter, but I could do this. He was my hero. So when I played Little League, I learned how to do that, right? So I could hit from both sides of the plate. Now, in boxing, is it good that you're ambidextrous? Is that an advantage?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, that's what we trained in JKD to be able to fight both sides. You can fight front, you can fight angles on both sides, you know, with your left hand, your right hand. You can fight a lot of ideas behind. But a lot of martial arts, I think, teach you a lot. But in my opinion, you go to what you like to do, kind of.
Yeah.
Even though you learn a lot, you go to what you like to do.
If you're comfortable and you're good at it.
Well, yeah, what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you want to be in jiu-jitsu and you want to do a triangle, get somebody into a trap and give them a triangle, you know what I mean? Or you want to catch them on a side control or guillotine or arm bar, it's because you like it, you know, because your body likes it. Or you're like boxing and you just want to jab the guy, pop, 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 pop. You know, you got to, when you're jabbing a lot, pop, 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 you're staying light, right? But when you want to fuck somebody up, you got to kind of like plant yourself and try to get all your muscle working at the same time and the right time and leverize all your weight and explosion into those punches. And that slows you down a little bit generally, but that's what you like to do. You want to get them, you know what I mean? Hurt them. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like what you like to do, you know what I mean? Somebody could teach you all this stuff, but if you don't really love it, I don't think you do it in general, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, so.
I have asthma, and so I'd have to take out in the first round and go for the power punches. But if people knew that was my, Achilles heel or whatever, they would take advantage of that, right? And kind of stay back and just go the distance and then go for, because I'd be...
I don't know, because boxing is an art.
Yeah.
And once you get relaxed enough and experience it enough, it's got to be just like porno.
Yes.
You can, you know, pick your shots. You know, and if the guy is way better than you, then you will get taken out. But if you're kind of like level, equal, that's the art of boxing.
Yes.
You use your mind and your feet and your legs and your reflexes and everything. But anyway,
remember Buster Douglas?
Yeah. He was pissed off because his mom died and he took Tyson out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's get back to porno. Okay. So Carolyn Pierce was your favorite girl, pretty much.
Caroline Pierce.
And Terry Diver.
Caitlin Ashley was cool too. Jay Ashley was nice. Yeah. And they were always friendly.
They were nice, but him and Sanders a lot of people hated on me, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I did all the work. And plus, if you talk shit, I'll come and talk shit.
Well, you bet.
Back to you.
Yeah.
I'll come fuck you up.
You were real. See, you didn't put up with crap.
No, I would come to your house. I would come to you on the set. I'd say,
and you talk
you're
about
talking
it.
shit?
Yeah.
Fuck
Let's
you.
see. Don't talk behind my back. Yeah.
Exactly. I did so many people that way. I said, you got a problem? And if they say anything more, I'd hit them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know, it was fun. But Caitlin Ashley was cool. Great to work with, right? I really like fucking Terry Diver.
Yeah, she was.
You know, for some reason. Redhead, something, I don't know. But she was.
Terry and I connected more than anybody in the whole industry, and we became friends. So the little video store story I wanted to tell you really quick.
Please.
I used to stock the shelves back in 1991, before the industry, you know, and I'm stocking, you know, no one under 18 with the drapes. You know how it was back then.
Yeah. It was great. I was so like mysterious.
Yes,
I
it's
loved
like,
it,
boy, you know, I'm getting back.
I'm 18 now. I'm going in.
Yes,
right?
and you're like, whoa, and you turn to the box cover. It was like, whoa, oh my gosh, who's this chick? You know?
The big VHS boxes. It was a fucking dream. Beautiful, yeah.
Yes, so before I got in the industry, the big stars were Terry Diver, Debbie Diamond, Savannah, right? I mean.
Okay. I never, no disrespect to Terry, I never thought she was a big star, but was she?
Well, I was stalking the box covers with her, so maybe I thought because she
You
was
liked
on,
her.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, who's this gal? So I saw, never knowing that within 5 years I would be her. We'd be best friends, and I'd be living at her house.
Didn't she die or something
She
happened?
passed away. Yeah.
What happened to that thing?
Well, she had real bad migraines, and so she took medicine for that, and it was an accident. In 2001, she passed away, I believe.
Just from the wrong medicine?
January 3rd? Yeah. I think she just was having pain, and she accidental overdose,
I didn't know the whole story to that, but I know that I always liked her and she was really nice. And I loved working with her.
Yes.
And so now I know the truth, you know what I mean?
Well, I just found out a few days ago that Cherry Poppins passed. Do you remember Cherry Poppins? She was in the industry for a while. I think she was 35 years old. She was a singer for a punk band. I was shocked because I hired her in some of my movies.
I don't
Cherry
think I remember.
Poppins, yeah.
But maybe
Redhead.
maybe she worked for my company, you know what I mean? Because I really stopped working in 2000.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So I really...
And then you went into the production side.
Yeah, I just... I did a few scenes here and there for Joey and
Joey Silvera?
And a couple other people, but I really wasn't working for Red Light. I did a couple scenes, but I was kind of like pretty much not working for anybody. But anyways, so I thought I remember her name. Maybe she worked for my company, but so you liked her, Cherry Poppins? She
was cool, okay. It was a gym scene, in the gym. Mm-hmm. And Alana Evans was in it. And Alana Evans in the movie, there's a ghost story in there too, but she ends up, I get gas and she's going through my car, the glove compartment. So I'm searching for Alana Evans, throughout the movie. So I'm asking, I go, hey, where I picked up Alana in the movie Cherry Poppins, and I go, do you know a chick named Alana? She ripped me off. I don't have my rent money. This kind of thing. And it was just corny, but stuff like that. But I just found out the other day she passed. So it's like, sometimes it's like years later, she passed in 2018 that you find out about because I'm not in the industry so much. So I'm not keeping up with everything.
No, a lot of people died. I'll go down a list. There was an attorney, John Weston from the Weston Group. He was a First Amendment attorney. He passed in September, close to Jim's same time.
Oh, wow.
And there was a guy from Great Western Printing. I can't remember his name, but he was a printer for everybody. I mean, Great Western Printer is a big printing company for the business, and he's been around since the 70s. He passed last month from COVID.
Oh, no.
Russ Hampshire from VCA passed a year and a half ago.
I didn't know that.
Or 2 years ago, I think, 2 years ago. Jerry Butler, who was an actor.
Didn't know that either.
He passed around the same time as Russ, I think, pretty close.
Yeah.
And sure there's more, but, those are some people right off the bat.
Wow.
It's kind of trippy, you know what I mean? But yeah.
Jerry Butler dated, what was it, that gal from the Addams Family or something?
I think so.
Yeah. Wow.
Wednesday
I never met him. Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah. I met him a couple times. He was a cool guy,
Yeah.
I liked him. You know what I mean? People were pissed off because he wrote a book, but that had nothing to do with me. So when I talked to him, I was kind of a fan because he was kind of a lot of personality, you know what I mean?
Yeah, in the 80s, we were watching his movies a lot,
I was wrestling him on the set. He was way bigger than me, but, I was kind of strong. But, anyways, I was playful as a kid. But I liked him. You know what I mean? I didn't know him that well, but Buck Adams was a good friend of mine and tell me this story.
Oh, yeah, Buck Adams.
Buck Adams and Jerry Butler were real tight.
Okay.
So they were telling me stories. But
I love acting. And, believe it or not, we kind of got good at it. People always make fun of porn actors, but we get the script like within an hour of our scene. And we got to, Nina Hartley is very good at dialogue. I remember the first time I worked with her, I couldn't believe how fast she got the dialogue, and it true pro. But eventually, after year, you kind of get good at it, and people still don't take us seriously. But hey, let's see you get the script a half an hour before you got to
And get your dick hard.
Yeah. So
No, I know.
And yeah, I mean, let's see, you know, then they won't talk too much, you know.
Yeah.
But the soap opera, even, you know, they kind of make fun. But you know what? People make fun of soap operas that are actors and actresses, but they're pretty good too because they get their dialogue. They got to do it quick.
Same shit, yeah.
So I've been depressed a lot, you know, with everything, the COVID and just I'm not working right now and stuff, but I love acting. So my friend and I, he's got this YouTube series called Metropolitan Detective. It's about the last city on earth. So he's hired me to play some roles in that.
A cop? A detective?
He's a detective, yeah.
But you're not.
No.
Because you look like a detective to me.
Yeah, maybe he'll throw me in that.
So he better think about that because a lot of times the acting makes it more believable, you know, when the character physical description meets what it's supposed to meet.
Oh,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? The character. So a lot of times you see these characters, and I was watching his movie the other day, and I like the actor. He's cool. Denzel's son was in that movie Tenet, right?
Oh, yeah.
But here's this guy, he's so scrawny, you know what I mean? He doesn't have that like real rough look, and he's playing this James Bond killer, and I'm going, and all the moves they're doing are kind of shitty, you know what I mean? You know, I say a lot of martial arts, right? So I'm looking, I'm going, come on, man, you gotta put somebody there. Jason Statham is a martial artist, so he looks rough, he looks tough, he's got personality. So if you put him, because he's not so big, if you put him in something, you believe it.
Yes.
Bruce Lee, you believe.
Yeah.
But you can't believe what you can't believe. Come on, man.
Well,
you know
exactly.
What I mean?
You know.
So you look like a detective.
Yeah.
Big, strong detective. Anyways.
Well, John Lithgow is one of my favorite actors, and he was in a movie called Ricochet with Denzel Washington.
I love that movie, yeah.
You know, John Lithgow's kind of a mellow, you know, but he plays a scary and always wanted a Viking funeral. You know?
He was great.
Yeah.
I love him, right?
That's my favorite movie with Denzel and even John Lithgow.
Yeah.
He's good in that remake of The Twilight Zone where he's on the plane too.
Oh, yeah. I seen that. I mean, Denzel is great. I'm not the biggest fan, but he hits his mark. He's a great actor.
Believable.
But when he did Training Day, he got me because the Training Day is one of the best movies, and
oh boy,
it's just so good. But we got to talk about porno. Okay?
Yes, that's right.
So, what girl had the best pussy?
Oh.
And are you into pussy? Is that your thing?
Totally.
You can feel the wall, the difference of the girls' pussies.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so some feel like sandpaper, but some feel like heaven. Like, oh, you ever feel that?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And speaking of which, I would say, well, Daisy. Remember where he said, "What you know, the heat,
silk heat." Yeah. So you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Jenna Jameson.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was
something, right?
One of the highlights. Yeah. Kayla Nicole. Remember Kayla Nicole?
I fucked her.
How about Julie Ashton?
Yeah, I fucked all those.
Yeah, it was always nice because I liked them off the set too. You know?
Yeah, Julie Ashton's a very nice person.
Totally. Yeah.
And Kayla Nicole was a sexy blonde.
Kayla Nicole was probably one of the ones that I'm like, oh my gosh, she
nice
picked
body.
me. Yeah, she wanted to work with me, which was really flattering. We were in several movies. Lucky says, hey, you know.
I work with her. Yeah. She was cool.
So we got to work together, and that was magic.
How about PJ Sparks? Did you miss her? Or did you get to work with her? You didn't get to work with her? She was sexy, huh? You look depressed, right?
Oh crap! Why'd you have to mention her name? No.
She was great. I loved her, right? She was
one
great.
One of the girls like Belladonna
pussy.
that you wish, yeah.
Well, I mean, I almost worked with every girl, but there was a couple girls that of course, Raquel Darian, her boyfriend wouldn't let her work with me. You know, she was incredible. But it's
crazy.
There was a blonde that had a real fat pussy, had a sexy body. And
I wish
Vixen or something like that, but she was like 94, 96. I didn't get to work with her. I can't remember if that was her name, Vixen, but something like that.
Sega's another gal. Seka?
Oh, yeah, but that was way before my time.
I mean, would I done?
She came back.
Yeah, and man. Oh, Cara Lott is another one.
Cara Lott? Oh, yeah.
Never got to work with her, and she came back, and I'm like,
really?
Please, I want to work with you, and it just never happened.
I never saw her. I wish I would have knew that. I would have tried
in Orange
jumping.
County. Crap.
She was sexy as fuck.
Yes, Cara, are you out there?
Cara Lott.
Yeah. Are you out there?
You know who I was fucking crazy about? I said numerous times was Candy Evans.
I never. Yeah.
But she wasn't in the business when I came.
Oh, okay. So she had retired.
She's 80s. Yeah, she was great. So,
well, she's the one that we used to watch,
Yeah, she was. I mean, I loved a lot of girls in those 80s. They got me.
Remember Aunt Peg? Remember that Aunt Peg?
No.
Was in Tom Byron movies and stuff.
I remember Aunt Peg.
Yeah.
So what other girls? So what about?
Name some.
What about Kylie Ireland? Oh,
she was on sets with Terry Diver too, and we just never got around to working like I wanted to. But I worked with a lot of gals. I was in Cinnabon with Terry and working with her. But yeah, Kylie was great. She was quiet too. But
great.
Yeah, she was just seemed. Yeah.
How about Brittany Morgan?
Brittany Morgan.
Is that her name? Brittany. Oh, fuck. The wife of Ken, who was like a script writer and assistant director for Jay Shanahan a lot.
I don't think I worked.
Brittany Morgan. I'm pretty sure that was her name. She was incredible. She was just did a couple scenes back in the 90s. She was mostly the 80s.
Yeah.
But I mean, what other girls did you want to work
Alexis
with?
Duvall, I wished I would have worked with. I had a chance.
What other girls?
Oh gosh.
About Tara Patrick. Did you want to work with her?
Oh yeah. I never got to work with her.
Brianna Banks. Did you work with her?
I don't think I did. Come to think of it.
She was
to think of it.
She was beautiful.
Yes, and there's so many.
So many. How about Shayla LaBeouf? Did you work with her?
No.
She's part of that Lucky crew. She was nice.
I never worked with. I worked with a lot of Lucky girls, but never her. And Tara Patrick. Let's get back to Tara Patrick. No, I would have loved to work with her. I worked with Kia a lot. Remember Kia? Okay. She was a nice gal. In fact, Stuart hired us in a film of his, and he even had the fake rain. Stuart, so it's a rain scene. We're talking. I mean, like I says, it's the last caboose out, and I'm running to catch that train of the old school days, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did.
So who had the best pussy walls? You're saying was it?
I like Kayla Nicole.
Not Jenna, but
Jenna was good too.
Kayla Nicole, the best.
It's so weird to say Jenna because when I worked with her, it was Daisy.
Hi, Daisy.
It's so funny, but I never correlated it. Oh yeah, this gal. Oh, wow. Maybe I did one of her first scenes or something. I don't know.
Who gave the best blowjob?
I would say Daisy was
really pretty
good.
Wow, all right.
Yeah,
Jenna Jameson. You're saying
Jenna Jameson.
Wow,
yeah.
all roads lead to Jenna in this interview.
I know. Yeah, I was really glad and happy for her that she really made it.
Oh yeah, she was smart too. She was real smart.
Yeah, she was smart.
Who was did you like fucking the girls in the ass?
That was interesting. It's funny. I worked with Alex Sanders a lot. Hired me in his movies, and he wanted me a lot to do the girls in the ass, and it took a little while getting used to. But I was more a pussy guy, pussy man.
Yeah. How about big round butts? You like big butts?
Yes. Yeah, totally.
Who had the best butt in the business?
Caroline Pierce.
Oh yeah, she had a pretty good ass.
Yeah, Kimberly Kane has the one that I wished I would have worked with too. Uh-huh. I think she's still working, but she's got a body to look at. Yeah.
How about Asia Carrera? Did you ever work with her?
Never worked with Asia. You probably did several times, huh?
Yeah, she was great. Beautiful. Yeah.
What's she doing now?
I don't know.
Has she been on your show?
No. I think she's in Florida, but it's not. I like to get a lot of girls on a show but it's not as easy as it looks.
Oh, I know. And what sucks is like a lot of like John Doe, all these people are gone, and it's like, gosh, interview them now as much as you can because you never know.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, I got Jim before, Oh. But Jim was like a father. So how did you meet Jim South?
Oh, here's a story. So anyway, I remember walking up there, kind of being intimidated a little bit. And this is after I signed with Reb, right?
But why did you, I mean, how did you get Jim's address? How did you know to go there?
Michael
Dance?
Yeah, Michael Dance gave me both numbers and both agents. Mm-hmm. But I think that I missed the turnoff to go to Jim, so I just headed down. That's what happened the first time.
So you missed turnoffs. You missed the turnoff today.
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
It's a porno show, but yeah. So let's talk about that. So Jim South.
Yes. So I go up there, and it's kind of crowded office, and there's people sitting on the couch there. Is it Chaz?
Chaz, beautiful Chaz, yeah. Redhead. Oh my gosh, she was beautiful. But this is how much longer after you went to Reb's office?
Oh, a couple of months. I mean,
so pretty quick.
Yeah, I wanted, Reb was, but I wanted to check it out. So Jim goes, "Come on in, young man." And I came in there, but he was so busy that I didn't sign with him. But I thought, okay, because everybody says, "Hey, Jim South, go with Jim South." Mm-hmm. So in 1997, I signed with Jim. And he got me, I think he even relaunched my career, and boom, I'm working with a lot of the starlets. Yeah. Oh, by the way, the class of Guy De Silva and Dave Hardman, we all walked in and got in the industry the same day, pretty much. Yeah. Guy's a cool guy.
Yeah, he seemed like a real nice guy. I think I worked with side by side with him once or twice. Seen him on a couple sets. He was a very nice person.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he was the strongest guy, but he was a very nice guy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So had a good career, and so did Dave Hardman.
Yeah.
He was classic. I don't know what he's doing, but he was always fun, joking
nice
around.
I used him a little bit for some of my movies.
Yeah.
The quick scenes. Yeah. He was all right. So did you do a lot of?
We haven't talked about something.
What?
Well, let's talk about Western Visuals when we went out to Barstow. Remember we filmed out there? He sets us up at the hotel, and okay, you guys get the slam.
Is this Bill Falcon?
Yes.
Bill Falcon.
Bill Falcon. And Gary Graber was on that, I hope it's coming back to you. Mike Horner played my dad, and Kimberly Cummings was my sister. And we were living in a trailer in this dump, supposedly. And so Mike's in the wheelchair. Remember they had to make his hair silver? You don't remember? So anyway, Barstow, we filmed out there, and you were there in the hotel, and I was talking to you. But Bill Falcon, that's I couldn't think of his name. But we shot in Barstow. Where I first met you was on the Fantastic Pictures. Remember? I met you and Ron Jeremy and the gang, and I was intimidated, but we did some gangbang bachelor party too with.
I remember that name, but
You don't remember the English guy that owned Fantastic Pictures?
I don't know. Was that Peter Davey? No, not Peter Davey, right? No, I don't remember though.
Well, anyway, I met you back in the day, and I knew who you were.
Yeah.
We know who you are. But you probably got recognized. I mean, it's weird to get, for a while there, you get recognized. You probably still are, but at the weirdest places, like you pull up at a gas station in the middle of nowhere, and somebody would say, "Oh, I really like your movies." And you say, "Well, what name do you know me by?" No.
Yeah, I mean, I was recognized quite a bit. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Especially
in Vegas. The cities, but sometimes the small towns too,
I was recognized all the way in Thailand before.
No way, really?
Yeah. That's kind of, I was in a tailor. He goes, "I know who you are, man." Right? It was an Indian guy, because a lot of Indians were over there in Thailand doing tailoring.
So there's, exactly. There's one story I got to tell you that happened with Melissa Hill, John Doe, and Tammy Ann. We're all on the plane. We're going to the Philippines, flying to Manila for private video, and then we're going to...
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, so we have a stop off in Waikiki, right? Hawaii. Mm-hmm. The plane crashes. We hit a truck that's left on the side of the runway. We got a red light. I hate to fly anyway. We got a red light out of LAX. Within a minute, we're hitting turbulence. I'm going, oh, shit. I'm scared to fly. So this is 1995. So we're on this flight to go to Waikiki and then 10 hours, trip to Manila, right? So the plane, the far left, which I didn't know all the fuel's under the wing, the left jet just scrapes this truck right on the left side of the runway. So we're like, shit, did the landing gear come down? What happened? Bump, 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 bump. Well, we see the fire trucks with all the foam on they're out there making sure what the hell happened. We find out, and then one of the guys on the crew that Private hired lights a cigarette up on the plane, and the stewardess goes, no, it's like one of those movies. No, in slow motion, no.
Wow, that's scary.
And then, but no, he goes, I don't know what to do, he was so nervous, So we don't continue the flight, right? Obviously. So we have to stay over in Waikiki, right? The plan was to land and refuel in Waikiki and then go 10 hours more. That put a kibosh on that one. So John Doe and I were roommates in one of the hotels that Philippine Airlines put us up in. So I'm like, I'm like scared to fly now. I want to take a canoe back to LAX, because I'm going, oh shit, 10 more hours tomorrow. So he's helping me talk me back into getting on the plane because I'm devastated.
Oh, so you were scared to get back on a plane, get to stay in Hawaii?
I didn't know. Well, maybe I'll build an ark. No, but no. So, I get back and I didn't drink at the time. I didn't, So we're there in Waikiki. I enjoy it. I mean, the water was crystal clear.
But you're there for one day only.
Yeah. But it was beautiful. So the next day we fly to Manila, and everybody claps when we land. And I go, is that normal to clap when you land?
Some people, yeah.
After that, maybe so.
What year was this?
95.
95, wow.
So Melissa Hill and Tammy Ann are on the plane. And it's like we get to the Philippines, and there's all these guys at the airport security with like machine guns. I'm like, these guys take it serious, Going, oh crap. So I filmed there for 2 weeks and come to find out it's illegal to shoot movies, so we got the gorillas in the hills that are watching us, that could kill us or kidnap us, hold us for ransom, or who knows. Your mind goes, when you're like, shit, I want to get out of here, but I don't want to fly. Can I take a boat, to go back home? So 2 weeks later, I fly out of there. And I'm talking to a bunch of Australians at the bar. And keep in mind, I don't drink at the time, right? I didn't start drinking a little bit until I was 38 years old. So for good reason. But so anyway, these Australians are going, it's all right, man. Hey, we fly all the time. It's the safest way to go, Hey, so they kind of talked me in, because John Doe's staying an extra week. So John Doe I was flying kind of back alone. Uh-huh. I'm going, oh, great. So these Australians are all, it's all right, man. We do it all the time. It's the safest way to go. And so I get back on the plane, and I actually kissed the ground when I got to LAX. I kissed the ground because I am never flying again. This is 1995. And it was for Francois and Beatrice for Private. I kissed the ground at LAX. I got dropped off back at the house, picked up my car, and driving back to Temecula, and I'm going, I'm never flying again, and I haven't flown since. This is 1995.
Wow.
So that says something.
I understand, because I've been on some flights where the wings look like they're falling off.
Yeah. It's
in
like
smaller planes, you know what I mean?
Right.
And the engine fuel is coming through the cabin, and you're like, in Central America, you're like, what the fuck? Or even in Thailand when they're flying from Chiang Mai to Phuket or whatever, flying back from Phuket to Bangkok or Manila, whatever. Yeah, from Koh Samui. One time I flew from Koh Samui back to Bangkok, and the whole plane was flying through the air like the wings are falling off. I mean, all over the time, but I know what you're saying. It's scary.
So TT, get this. I could have flown. Okay, I had offers to go to France.
Really? Wow.
Had offers to go to Brazil.
Wow.
Costa Rica.
Wow.
I had another offer to Europe, and I never did it. I wished I
messed up.
Messed up. I could have. I could have been a contender. I had to say that. No, but yeah, I kicked myself. I had to think about it, and I did think about it, and I'm thinking right away, Rod Fontana wanted to take me to Costa Rica.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. He's a nice guy. I like him.
He is.
You ever talk to him?
I haven't talked to him lately, but he hired me in his movies. And
He's cool. Yeah.
yeah.
Did you?
Rob Black and Tom Byron were always nice to me.
Yeah. I like Rob Black. I mean, he did some weird shit, but he always had a lot of personality.
Yeah.
I appreciate people with personality in life. You know what
Exactly. I mean? That are true blue and will tell you, won't talk about you behind your back. They'll tell you to your face. And that's what I hear about East Coast versus West. People in East Coast will tell you how it is. Most
of them, but sometimes people are just people.
Yeah.
They're still people, you know what I mean?
True.
So, whatever. So, what scene is your favorite scene out of all the scenes you've done, if you can remember one? I mean, sometimes it's hard, but or movie or scene, and why?
One of the funnest times I had was one that I directed, and it was the ghost story in Nasty Tales with Lena Ramone. And I even had I used to walk at the cemetery because of all the trees, because it gets so hot up north. And the trees are shady and, not that kind of shady. But so I got to know the guy that makes the, he does the graves and stuff. So I even had a grave made. It was about, she had been a hippie chick that was killed in a motel room back in 1969, right? And my friends all, oh, dude, don't you know that motel's haunted? And supposedly this ghost of this like hippie chick has sex with all the single guys that go in there, or are they, she gets, does stuff in the shower to them. And
real life?
No, this is a story I wrote.
Because I don't know if you know this or the people know this, but there's been numerous accounts of girls being raped in their sleep by ghosts. Real ghosts.
I've heard of that stuff, like unsolved mystery stuff.
Yeah, crazy, like real shit.
Yeah, scratch marks and stuff.
Getting fucked by ghosts. But anyways, I don't want to interrupt you. Keep going. So
anyway, I wrote this we had the special effects where I had the little string you couldn't see that would pull on stupid stuff, on the budget. But so I'd come out of the shower and, I'd go in there and all the chairs were normal in the motel room. And then I'd come out of the shower and they were all poltergeist stacked up by the door real quick. We did a pretty decent job on that's my favorite scene.
It's called, in what movie?
It's Nasty Tales #1, and it's the ghost story in that. But yeah, we went and shot at a cemetery and stuff. Lena Ramone, she's a fun gal. I don't know if you ever worked with Lena, but
only the one Lena that was really cute back around 93, 94.
There's a Lana Rhodes or something now. Is it Lana Rhodes? Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah. So, did you ever catch any presents from anybody in the business?
Presents, like down there presents?
Yeah.
Yes.
What did you catch?
Chlamydia, stuff like that.
Gonorrhea, chlamydia.
Yeah. Crabs.
Crabs? Oh, I caught crabs too one time.
I was itching for like 2 weeks or so, about a week. That wasn't fun.
I caught crabs one time because of a rug that was dirty, and I never caught crabs, and I saw these fuckers, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because the girl I work with had shaved pussy.
Yeah.
So I was like, weird. But anyways.
So, yeah, and that could be it too, because, sometimes the sets, they don't clean up, or you're shooting in a motel. But, yeah, you actually see those little things, and they move. If you look at them
crazy.
Long enough.
Crazy as fuck. What's the most you ever got paid in a scene?
Straight or gay?
Straight.
Most 500.
500? What's the most scenes you ever did in one day?
3.
3? All right.
And one of them involved Alana Evans. And, I am getting... I did 3 scenes in one day, and it was... I'll kick myself. I can't remember...
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
You get some good money too, right?
Yeah. And the other gal, it was so nice. Ava Devine.
Ava Devine.
Yeah, Ava Devine.
Yeah, I mean, I used her in my movies. I might even work
big
with
boobs.
her.
She's German and Chinese.
Yeah, I don't think I'll work with her, but
Yeah. But yeah, and the other gal wasn't who. Three. Yeah.
that's great. You know what girl who I liked fucking? I had a big fat. I like big fat pussies, but was sexy as fuck. Was the Spanish girl Daisy?
Oh, another Daisy, huh?
You never. I think Daisy Fuente. No, that's an actress, but a girl named Daisy was really sexy. You don't remember her?
No.
Okay. How about Rebecca Bardot? You like working with her?
Oh, I would have loved to.
Yeah.
Celeste. You asked me now. Remember Celeste?
Yeah,
Okay,
big
it
tits.
clicked.
Woody Long's girl.
Yeah.
She was sexy, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I might have.
Celeste. Okay, the first time I saw her in real life in '94 at the AVN, she was like, they were at a restaurant. And I just go, wow, there she is. I didn't know her name, but I saw her from movies. That's another gal that I wished I would have worked with, Celeste. But Woody passed away in a freak accident, too.
Falling down the stairs.
Yes.
Yep. Buck Adams, of course, overdosed, Shit happens, man. Life is not guaranteed, so we have to appreciate what we got and what we have.
Yes.
Before we're out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And we're survivors. I mean, a lot of us, we're stronger than people give us credit for in the civilian world. Here's another thing is, Bill Margold used to tell me, Frank, people watch it with one hand, but yet they don't want to work with you in a regular job if you've done, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But it's so hypocritical. It's like, it's our,
I mean, let's not forget that there's a lot of people in the world that are very hypocritical.
Oh yeah, totally.
And would you just say it's just the nature of the beast, humans? We do shit, and that's the way the humans are made.
Yeah.
We're animals, we're beasts, and we have to understand that's really what goes on with the human animal, the majority.
Yeah. And it's tough, It's been a really long struggle with my family, part of my family.
Because of porno.
Yeah.
Because they knew you did porno and they
won't
ridicule you.
Some of them won't even talk to me or tell me why they won't talk to me. And it's like, I'm a good guy, It's like...
Well, we got to look at this one thing. A lot of times religion gets in the way, but you look at two sides of this coin, and you're going to sometimes, which is true, if you're in the military and you're really helping America out and not under an agenda for, the guys who want to get extra side cash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're protecting people, that you're a hero.
Yes.
But if you're out there like in Vietnam, machine gun everybody down, which the soldiers were forced to go there,
sure.
And whatever, you may be young, strong, you want to get down, but you have that, you're a killer or you're a love maker on film. To me, it seems like it's not a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Right? But not according to the beliefs of the majority of people.
Oh, yeah. And especially with the internet now, I mean, what do they do? Like, let's be realistic. I mean, this is reality. People, usually your employer, before you even get the job, they will Google your name.
Oh, yeah.
Your real name. Well, mine correlates right with, not by my doing.
The porno. So you're a porno, so you get...
Yeah, an IB DM or whatever. I didn't even do the site. And the guy, people that own it won't take it down. And I've asked them.
This automatic prejudice.
They don't realize that I won't even get the interview because there's certain jobs that won't hire me because if my real name correlates right with, nudies.
Yeah. Well, that's the stigma and that's the way life is, right?
And it's hard to get a job work sometimes. Yeah. People don't realize it. In fact.
What do you do now for work?
You want to know?
Yeah.
I'm selling baseball cards. And sports cards that I collected all my life, and I'm looking for work, but it's been a very big challenge. I worked security for 7 years. I worked for my dad doing appraisals, real estate, and he passed away. And then I got into the lawsuit thing, and I'm at a crossroads in my life. It's very hard, but I'm trying to stay as positive. And then the COVID crap hit, that didn't help. So it's been tough.
Oh, COVID is just a rough time for everybody.
I know.
Is there any things in the any things that you missed in this business that you wanted to do?
Be more successful.
Yeah. What?
But I did put away money.
Yeah.
I actually did. I had an Edward Jones Roth IRA that I put money in.
You used it for your father.
Yeah. It's not like I had $27,000 saved, you know?
Yeah. What fellow actors did you admire, possibly?
One of them was you. I was always kind of intimidated by you secretly.
Really?
Yeah, I knew you could kick my ass at any moment. But no, I knew you were real, though. And I got to know you, and that you weren't a jerk, but you were real, and you didn't put up with crap.
We always got along.
Oh, yeah, we did.
I always thought you were a hell of a nice guy. You know?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. John Doe.
Nice guy.
But Steve Hatcher. Steve Hatcher's a really good guy. I would say Guy DeSilva and Arnold Schwarzenegger, believe it or not. Yeah, he was a pretty cool cat. We used to lift weights together. Remember him?
No. I mean, I heard that name, but I don't know him.
Kind of looked like Arnold, you know, and we'd go work out in Burbank at the World Gym there and stuff.
Well, is there anything else you want to add on to this story?
If it didn't get around, what I'm doing now is that Metropolitan Detective. We're just messing around, and it's on YouTube. And so I love acting. I love it. And when they I was going to do more central casting. You know, I was in some regular gigs as I was killed in the movie The Rock.
Really?
Yeah, with
Sean Connery?
Ed Harris. I didn't meet Sean or Nicolas Cage, but they weren't there. But Ed Harris, I almost got dialogue with Ed Harris.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
It was nice to see you again, sir, at the gate, you know, before the raid. But I got blown away in that movie, in the first scene.
Fuck it.
It's like, hey, at least like those people that say, hey, I was killed the first in Friday the 13th or something. You know, I was offed. But I was in Jerry Maguire as a football player, met Tom Cruise, all that stuff.
Wow.
But did Friends.
Was Tom Cruise about my height, or was he shorter or taller?
No, he's about your height.
About my height? All right.
Yeah, and nice guy.
Okay, yeah, he seems nice. Yeah.
I did a show called, I was an extra for Campus Cops. It was one of those USA cable movies that only lasted a year. But I was seen in that a lot. But I love acting, you know?
That's cool.
And when they shut down Hollywood, it sucks.
Oh, it's fucking miserable. I like acting. I would say, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I love media. I love the good movies. Yeah?
The good ones, yeah.
The good movies, yeah, and the art it takes to make a good movie.
Yes.
So since we're talking about, you know, Hollywood, let's say, which Hollywood actress of all time, would you like to bed?
Jack Nicholson.
Actress.
Yeah, I'm missing. Actresses. Oh, okay. Here we go.
The bed down.
Oh, okay.
The fuck. You don't want to fuck that.
Drew Barrymore. I was too jumping the gun. I thought an actress. He's my favorite actor, Jack Nicholson.
He's great. Yeah, I love him.
Drew Barrymore, without a doubt. Oh, yeah.
Wow. All right.
She's nice in real life. I love her look.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
She's like the girl next door, kind of.
Yeah.
I think.
And that just smile and yeah.
Could you describe in 2 words?
See what happens when you jump the gun?
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Right? Oh, did you ever not succeed in a scene? Fail?
Oh, well, yeah. I've had some moments. You want to? Well, should I tell you about the worst scene I ever had?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we go up in the Hollywood Hills. You know how parking is sometimes on those canyon streets.
Yeah.
So we have to meet and get a caravan. Okay. At the set, at the warehouse. So it was a Blue Coyote picture. And I had worked for him. Penelope Pumpkins was supposed to be in the scene, and she got stuck in traffic and couldn't make it. I think she was coming up from San Diego. So they got a replacement. Well, so the scene is we're supposed to be married, and we're in a jacuzzi tub. And the bubbles or suds are going up, you know, and it's all romantic, champagne and stuff. And the bubbles go down, right? They kind of go down. And there's this little brown thing floating, right? Kind of gross. So I'm going down on her, and it smells bad, right? I mean, we've all had, it smells bad. So I kind of take the director aside and tell him in the kitchen. I says, hey, I don't think that I explained, she's got a douche. It's your job to tell the girl to douche.
Your job?
The
no,
director
it's not your
said,
job, no.
Yeah, that was, he wasn't even sympathetic, and he'd hired me all the time, and I always got, struck gold with the scenes we were in. He hired me a lot, consistent.
So you're telling the director there's a problem.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because there's a turd floating in the...
There's a turd floating, and I even went down on her. I kind of got up to it, like it's not a Snickers bar, a piece of Snickers, or whatever, Rocky Road.
Oh, my God. How big was the turd?
It was kind of small, but it was in the corner, and all the bubble suds had gone down, right? So...
And you smell something.
I did. I saw the turd first, or what I thought was a turd. I mean, got up close enough to it eventually, and it was. But I'm going down on her, right, first. Because usually, you go down for me, it was easier to go down on a girl, do that stuff, and then go directly. She could do the blowjob, and then you go directly into the sex scene, right? It was faster that way. Not to split it up, for me. So I go down on her first. And boy, I'll tell you, whew, I says, I had to excuse myself and go into the kitchen with the director. And he had used me a lot. And I go, hey, and I'm whispering, hey, she's got to do, it's bad. It's really bad. Well, Frank, it's your job to tell the gal to douche.
Director said it's your job.
So we're in the kitchen. She's in the tub. All the suds had melted down. The water's even getting cold, right? And we're supposed to have this champagne model like we just got married, the whole thing. So he goes, it's your job to tell the girl she needs to douche.
Because this is an anal scene.
No, it wasn't. It was just a regular scene. It wasn't an anal scene. I don't know how the turd got it. Well, let's put it this way. It wasn't for me. I would know. No. But anyway, so I'm stuck. He goes back to, we got to film this scene. And I'm supposed to tell the gal nicely without her, hey, can you go douche? You kind of stink down there. You know what I mean?
But she took a shit in a jacuzzi, man.
This is the worst scene I've ever had. This takes the cake on, can't eat cake after you hear this story. But anyway, so I call her aside and she gets upset, which adds more stress for me. So make a long story short, or short story never long, down there, I couldn't get it up. So we all came up there in one van. So we have to ride a half an hour back to the warehouse. And nobody says a word. The guy, Blue Coyote had rented the house, and I didn't accept to pay. And that was, I won't do that. I did that for Tom Byron and,
Rob Black.
Rob Black on a shoot.
Couldn't get it going?
I had a scene. I worked for Spinelli right before, and then I jammed over to work for, I had trouble. But I says, hey, man, you don't have to pay me, So, yeah. So I would always say, if I had trouble, don't pay me.
That's honorable.
Yeah. And I couldn't understand there were some people that I hired that couldn't get it up, but they wanted to be paid. And I never was like that. I would say, if I blow it or not even a good scene, you don't have to pay me.
Yeah. I hired some guy before, and he did such a bad job, and he really felt he should get paid. And he was the worst. To this day, I still want to beat that guy up.
Oh, sure.
I'm not going to say his name because he's just a fucking moron. He's still in the business. Actually, an agent, but a complete fucking lame fuck. But, I want to smack him. I still want to smack him. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Let him understand the real power. You know what I mean? But,
exactly.
I'm a different guy today. But anyways, I understand. Yeah, that's honorable of you.
Yeah.
So who is the worst girl? Is that the worst girl you ever worked with because of that?
I won't mention her name, but yeah, that was the worst scene.
Was it the worst girl? Did you ever?
I worked with a gal once where I had some trouble. She goes, aren't you guys supposed to take Viagra or something? And that would just, it didn't help, And she was just a jerk throughout the whole set. Jerk to everybody, just snotty.
Oh, really?
And
I like those girls. I'll just fuck them harder.
See, why couldn't I, but she was just saying just things that it's like, you don't say that, it's like, and then she's like, kind of like, you could tell like she didn't really want to be there. And that, but yeah, that was,
you want to say her name or no?
I can't even remember. I think I got it out of my mind because it was such a bad memory, but that was the worst scene with the jacuzzi tub. So silence, you could hear a pin drop on the drive back to the warehouse.
I've seen some things in my day, but I have gone through stuff that most people will run from, can't deal with, and I can finish the job, you know what I mean? But I understand your pain. That's scary.
Tammy Ann was just the opposite. We went to, the Philippines and stuff, and we ended up working in vignettes a lot for private. Tammy and I worked the most together, and I had 2 weeks, I got it up every time. So that was like one of those, like, you feel like sorry for like, some of the people that, but there were some other people that couldn't get it up. But luckily there's 2 weeks I did. And
you got to let everybody know sometimes before the Viagra day, how difficult was it sometimes?
It was really 16 people. I remember I was working with, it was for what are the Dark Brothers? Remember those guys?
Of course, Greg Dark.
Yeah, I was in The Devil and Miss Jones 4, right? Mm-hmm. And I looked up, and we're doing a big scene. It was an orgy scene, and I look up, the lights were all on you, and my eyes focus, and there's like 21 people just staring right there. I'm going, shit. How am I gotta block that out. But people think it's easy.
Oh, they do, don't they? They think it's not a skill. They think it's, oh yeah, we fuck it. Can you fuck at home? And you can barely get your dick up at home.
Yes.
And you think you're going to get your dick up on set with a girl that you might like, or you might not like.
Right, you never know.
Right? How many girls, the percentage-wise, what percentage-wise of the girls that you worked with did you say, oh my God, I love you? And which percentage you say, oh my God, I got to hurry up with this scene?
Yeah. I always say the Will Rogers in me, like he'd say, I'd always find something about anybody, a good point in any person. I tried to focus on that when I didn't, wasn't very, or they said smart aleck thing, or they smelled, or they're, oh, here's the story. Okay. So remember Charlie Biggs?
Of course. I love Charlie
Totally
Biggs.
Cool guy. So he's doing the still shots of the girl, right? And so the other guy, he's got a partner, and Charlie comes up to me, he says, Frank, I wouldn't work with her. And you know me.
Charlie.
He says,
he's very direct.
She's got green stuff in there. It smells. No. I got up to, he says, look, we're going to call this one. We're just going to say something that you forgot your AIDS test or something, but we're going to get you. I wouldn't do this to my worst enemy. He says, I'm up there taking shots, and she's got green stuff leaking from her, and it smells bad. I'm not going to put you through that, thank God. But so that was another story, but I never got to experience that, thank God.
I like Charlie Biggs. He was.
Yes.
He put me on in the early days,
Yeah.
And it's just all a dream, right?
He was fun.
He was wonderful. He passed too.
Yeah,
a couple years ago, I guess.
I know.
I
was in Arizona after the industry, I think.
Yeah. I wish I would have been able to talk to him, but I didn't. But anyways, we're going to close this out. In 2 words, can you describe your experience, your time in the business?
A dream.
A dream.
A dream. It seems like it.
Yeah.
Just a dream. And I'm glad I got to experience it, even though it was up and down. But in other careers, they have, probably hate their job every day. I love my job pretty much every day. In fact, I knew a guy at the gym. He's, I can't believe you do that. He's like, I can't believe you do those movies. Now, that's one job I would never call in sick for. I'll never forget that. Oh, man.
It is kind of weird, right? Because when you get older and the time goes by, and I've been in the business, part of it, because I produced and distributed and owned product.
Sure.
all the way up until 16, you know what I mean? But it's so strange because when you're out of it, it seems like it's a whole nother world that's gone. Right?
Yeah.
Kind of, you were saying kind of.
What hurts me the most is, you know, having people, well, why didn't I get the interview? Or they won't be direct with you. Like, you know, you apply at these big business or corporations or whatever. And it's like, sometimes I feel like I don't have the chance to succeed. And then when Hollywood shut down, I was going to do central casting and pursue that. The gyms are shut down. So, you know, the instructor, and nobody wants to get close to anybody anymore. Everybody's afraid. Everybody's looking at you like at the post office. If you don't have a mask on, they're going to say something. It's like, you know what? Remember where this started, okay? It wasn't here, okay? I'm an American. Don't you guys get it? The media is not talking about the real issues, but anyway.
No, we're not going to go there. It's too much of a
totally. But anyway,
drag because we're
I miss the old days.
Spiritually here,
totally.
We want to be
exactly,
you know, up.
Totally.
So, I feel similar to you that the business was a beautiful dream.
Yeah,
beautiful dream, and
we got the last.
You got the last one. I got I got a little before that one. Yeah, but exactly. You got the last
caboose out.
The 310.
So, I'm glad I got to experience it. I look back on the fond memories. Yeah.
So that's it. You know, this is the end of the interview. Frank, he drove. Let me say, you drove all the way from what city?
Reading area.
Reading, so it's like 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah.
Drove all the way here. Thank you for coming.
Hey,
it's a pleasure to see you.
It's a good to see you too. I watch your show. I'll continue to watch your show, and now I'm on your show. So thank you.
Appreciate you coming by. It's nice talking to you. Nice seeing you.
Yes.
And
good to see you too.
Stay strong, man.
Yes.
TTBoy TV out.